Tuskegee's Crimson Pipers Marching Band Ball and Parlay, whether it be sunny or gray. Today at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, the Shed. It may be a little gray, but the Thoroughbreds and the Golden Tigers will do battle for SIAC Western Division supremacy. As we take a look at the standings in the East, you can see those stellar records. Albany State right there on top, but the Western Division, it is still yet to be determined who will be the top team in the SIAC West. Good afternoon, everybody. James Verrett, along with two-time Super Bowl champion and SIAC and Fort Valley alumni Tyrone Poole. And Tyrone, the East has been getting a lot of the headlines, but as they say in the NFL, the West is more about the black and blue division.
Yeah, James, like you said, the East, I think the East is getting noticed because you see better records over there with Albany State and Savannah State and Fort Valley State. But on the West side, I think Kentucky State is giving it that black and blue division, that name, pound and ground, because they believe in running the ball. But Lane College, they love to throw the ball. Tuskegee, Coach Slater, they still love to throw the ball there, but they do a little bit more mixture of the run and throw. But the black and blue, I think you named it right over there in the SIAC West.
Well, for Kentucky State, they're led by a running back who really lives up to the nickname of Thoroughbred, and Brett Seal. He's one of the best runners in the league.
Yeah, Brett, number 3 right there in your screen. This guy's the number 2 rusher in the SIAC. He's averaging 6.2 yards a carry, James. Give him the ball twice, it's a first down. And also, he's number 3 in scoring touchdowns in the SIAC.
And for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they have the youth movement. Lewis Williams, one of their young quarterbacks, has garnered the starting position.
Yeah, Lewis Williams and that Tuskegee offense, they're going to have to really be a key today because the Kentucky Thoroughbreds, they love to run the ball. Tuskegee has a great defense, but myself being a defensive player, I know if we get tired, we start giving up big plays. So Lewis Williams and that Tuskegee offense got to keep the ball on the field.
Well, they say they're going to ball and parlay at Tuskegee. That's the Tuskegee way, but Kentucky State has plans to try to upset Senior Day here at Tuskegee. Stay tuned. We'll have kickoff next.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
As a global bank, our game plan is to help clients manage their money. We're a team of challengers, thinkers, and go-getters. Together, we bring out the best in each other. With our partner SIAC, we're creating pathways for the next generation of talent. We're scouting bankers, advisors, techies, and yes, athletes. Kick off your career with UBS.
Since 1837, historically black colleges and universities have been fulfilling their purpose to educate and empower. Since 2009, the Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program has also been powered by a purpose to update, upgrade, and uplift HBCU campuses. Today, 44 million votes, $4.1 million, and 147 grants later, we remain inspired by the people, the passion, and the power of HBCUs to continue our purpose. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com.
Gray skies upon Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, better known as the Shed. And you see the head coach for Kentucky State, Charlie Jackson. He is an Air Force Academy alum, and he has brought the triple option, the flex bone, to Kentucky State, and it has worked to perfection. They're one of the top teams offensively in the league. And for Tuskegee, their athletic director and head football coach in his 16th season, Willie Slater. He is one of the most decorated offensive minds in college football, has won numerous national titles at the Division II level while he was at North Alabama, and eager to get his young squad up to speed so they can figure out a way to win the SWAC, the SIAC Western Division.
Yeah, James, this is going to be a great game today. You know, the weather actually kind of favors Kentucky State because they love to run the ball. These guys do not love to throw the ball. They are dead last. You hear me? Dead last in the SIAC when it comes to throwing the ball. They're averaging about 65 yards a game. But they love to run the ball. They are number one in rush offense. So this is a weather that Kentucky State was probably praying for before the game even started.
And for Willie Slater, he's been patiently waiting for his team to click on all cylinders, doing the kicking for Kentucky State. K.O. Maiyai.
Say that name again.
K.O. Maiyai.
All right. I'm going to call him 66.
You going to call him
okay?
66? Get your kicks on Route 66. He has 4 touchbacks so far this season.
That means he's putting that ball deep. So regardless, he's doing what he's supposed to do. That's that pregame talk right there. The coach getting them ready. Hey, let's get out here and let's go. Make me want to just go right now, James. Feel like he's talking to me through the screen, talking to me on TV, talking to me in the stadium.
And it looks like we are ready to get underway. Remember, this is a key SIAC Western Division matchup because you have 4 teams that have a half a game between the leader and between the team that's in 4th place. Back deep, DeVern's Valcine for the Golden Tigers. And KO to do the kicking, the senior out of Washington, D.C. Valcine will take it right at the goal line. Eludes one defender, and he is finally brought down close to the 20-yard line.
You know, the one thing about a kickoff return, and I just pride myself in knowing and giving this information, you can't sit and dance on a kickoff return. You have to hit it, and it's the offensive blockers, they only have a certain amount of time to block. So that's why you saw all those white shirts from Kentucky State on that stop.
And you see the quarterback, Lewis Williams, sophomore, out of Norcross, Georgia. He had been battling all year with Bryson Williams. They have been sharing the role, but now Lewis is taking control of the offense.
He got to play big today. This Tuskegee offense got to play good. Keep that defense off the field.
Looking to go to the air, getting some pressure, and down he goes. That will look like a tackle for a loss. They're going to see if it was a backwards pass or not. Jalen Johnson, and they say a backwards pass, fumble recovery. Eldridge Dockery with the fumble recovery. Good pull down there by Jalen Johnson, and that defense for Kentucky State, opportunistic, making a big play.
Yeah, again, when you take a look at this highlight, you're going to see a great push by the interior line of Kentucky State. Nowhere for Williams to step up. He tries to get outside, but Jalen is right there, contained, and he's able to create that turnover.
Now we're going to see if that's going to be enough for a score because it did go into the end zone, but let's see what the official call will be.
The ruling on the field was a backwards pass and recovered by Kentucky State. The result of the play, touchdown.
Thoroughbreds on the scoreboard with a fumble recovery touchdown. Eldridge Dockery, the third out of Chicago, he gets on the scoreboard, and Lewis Williams is definitely not happy.
Again, you watch Jalen right here contained. That is a great defense. When you are pushing the pocket, you got to have someone to contain and someone to flush the quarterback out, and that's exactly what Kentucky State defense did to young Williams right there. Pushed the pocket, flushed him out, and he trying to get rid of the ball, threw it backward, touchdown for Kentucky State.
Ward for, check that, Biazzi for the point after attempt, and it is good. And he is 19 of 20 now on the season. But now for Lewis Williams, he'll get the ball back and see if he can make amends. But for Kentucky State's defense, Dockery gets credit for his first fumble recovery for a touchdown this season. And the team out of Frankfort, Kentucky, gets on the scoreboard first.
Yeah, just take a look at this D-line. The linebackers drop back, they're in coverage. Everybody's covered. You got 98, 34, and 21 actually comes up and trips Williams up. Recovery by number 34 right there, Eldridge. Dockery for that touchdown. Again, look at the coverage downfield. Linebackers, everybody's dropping back. Nowhere for him to throw the ball. In desperate attempt, he tries to throw it away, but end up throwing a backward pass touchdown for K-State. And this is not what you want to do if you're Tuskegee. You're already going against a team that is ranked number 2 in scoring. Offensively, now if their defense gets into the game and starts scoring, woo, Tuskegee, look out, look out.
And for Williams, when we had a chance to talk to head coach Willie Slater, he said he wants to see him progress, stop making the freshman mistakes.
Yeah, freshmen, and I think that's a cliche too. Sometimes these guys, you got freshmen that come in and make plays from their freshman start. So William has to play big and play fast quickly.
And now Stephen Hodges on the return for the Golden Tigers, and he stays on his feet, but they blow the ball dead. He got out to about the 21-yard line. Looked like his knee may have touched the ground. So it looks like they're right back where they started on their first drive. And let's see if Lewis Williams, the young quarterback out of Norcross, Georgia, can get things started second time around.
Yeah, normally in a situation where you lose, you're slipping. He lost his slipping, meaning he made a mistake. You want to come back and get back on that horse as fast as you can. So he got knocked off the horse first series. Now he's coming back the second series to get back on that horse, and let's see if he can rise to the occasion.
Ball now at the 18 of the Golden Tigers. Going to try to run this time. He has, goes down, tackle for a loss. Avante Patterson on his first carry, and he is knocked back by Darrell Doris Jr.
Oh, man, DD, Darrell, look at him shoot that gap. Tried a little bit of stiff arm right there. No, sir, not on Mr. Doris' watch. Great play again. Kentucky State defense right off the bat. These guys are flying around.
And he's just a freshman out of Lancaster, California. Nice-looking freshman.
Yeah, he playing like a senior, playing like an all-pro, an all-conference. Let's check and see, was he preseason all-conference?
No, he just got on campus. Williams now catch made by Jamal Pritchard. And Pritchard able to get them out of the hole just a little bit to bring up a third down.
Yeah, that's a good throw. It's a tough pass to defend. Actually, Williams threw that ball before the receiver was able to turn around. And number 14 there, Samuel Brown, really didn't have an opportunity to even defend that pass. But that's a great catch and great throw. Great catch by Pritchard. Great throw by Williams.
Third down, and we're going to call it 5. Playcock running out on Lewis. And a reception made once again by Jamal Pritchard, this time from the other side of the field. And he's able to get enough for the first down, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, again, Pritchard got Brown on him again. Look like Kentucky State got a blitz come. You see number 30. Williams throws it to Pritchard, completes it with Brown hanging all over his back. So far, it looked like Williams is trying to redeem himself. Even though that was an incomplete pass the first time, he's making himself look pretty good.
Now the inside run by Patterson, and he's able to get some positive yards, get close to another first down for the Golden Tigers. Vontae Patterson coming in with a little bit over 600 yards rushing and 7 TDs. Second and short. Give again to Patterson, and this time he is stonewalled and stopped immediately. Coming up big is Jalen Johnson from that cornerback spot to make the tackle.
Yeah, great play right here. Tuskegee decides to go with another run. Helmet comes off right there. Number 62, actually going to have to come out the game, Harrison Nathan right there. But again, you see 21 right there for Kentucky State. Jalen Johnson, he actually made that great play that causes that touchdown for Kentucky State, making plays on the field. So William right now, you see he's probably looking for him. Where is he? Where is he? Where's Jalen Johnson?
3rd down and 2. And looks like they may have run out of time on the play clock, or they may have called timeout. Let's see what the official call will be.
Delay game. Offense. Number 10. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Delay a game, pushes them back. Now remember, Tuskegee ranks high nationally as far as the least penalized teams in all of Division II football.
Yeah, but they are a team, Coach Slater, you look at the past history Tuskegee teams, these guys are most of the time an offensive juggernaut. You know, this is a down year like you alluded to. They got a young youth movement. Their defense is still rocking and rolling. Their defense is ranked 5th in total defense with the SIAC.
Pitch and catch, reception made by Hodges. And Hodges' second effort, he may have gotten enough for the 1st down. Good job by Stephen Hodges.
Yeah, great play right here. Great protection by Tuskegee offensive line. A little bit of pressure right there. But Hodges able to catch the ball, draped all over him. Artest Banks for K-State.
They had that mismatch, a wide receiver on the linebacker, and able to take advantage of it. First down, they give it to Patterson again. You can hear him screaming, run, 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 but they couldn't stop him before he gained about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, you know, whenever you're on your sideline, that's why I always love to be on our sideline in whatever the quarter was, because just like you alluded to, James, you hear that run, pass. It gives you an opportunity to take advantage and make a quicker reaction to what's going on the field.
Seeing Dockery looking like he's a little fatigued. He already has a touchdown under his belt. But can he stop this offense that is starting to roll under the leadership of Lewis Williams? Looking to throw, got some time, going long. Catch made by Latravian O'Neal, but will they say he was out of bounds? Not bad for the tight end and they will call it a catch and move the chains, and they now are in thoroughbred territory. Good play.
Yeah, nice ball. Look at that ball. It's a nice ball, nice rotation, great catch. Receiver catches it right there. That foot gets in bounds. Nice catch. You know, Kentucky State defense overall, they are next to last as far as pass defense. So this is where Tuskegee needs to take advantage of K-State so that they can keep their offense on the field, keep moving the ball down the field, keep their defense on the sideline resting.
This time give to Patterson, and he's wide open inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Avante Patterson, and we've got a ball game. Put 6 on the board, and you see the homecoming queen right there. Happy, moving those pom-poms as Patterson gets his 8th touchdown of the season.
Nice little handoff here, straight up. Look at that offensive line just clear out that opening right there. I think you could run through that, James. Patterson makes a nice little move to the left side, scampers into the end zone. About to hopefully tie this game up with the extra point, but great run by that young man right there.
Point after attempt by Huskett. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:06 left to play, Avante Patterson with his 8th touchdown of the season, but more importantly, tying up the game. He had early and often and goes 23 yards for the score as we're all tied up at 7 right here on ESPN. Stay tuned. And you see the smile on Avante Patterson's face. His 8th touchdown of the year. More importantly, tying the game up at 7 apiece against a very upstart Kentucky State thoroughbred team. James Verrett along with Tyrone Poole. Tyrone, we have seen the defense step up big for Kentucky State, but the offense for Tuskegee really finding their second win very early in this game.
What I liked on that drive by Tuskegee and Patterson right there, not only did they throw the ball, they had a mixture of deep passes, big plays, which you don't want to give up if you're a defense, but you want to create if you are an offense. And Tuskegee did all of it that it takes to score. They had a deep pass, they ran the ball, they mixed up the plays, run and pass, short and deep. So if Tuskegee can continue to do that, and their defense, which we haven't seen much of because of the fumble earlier, I think Tuskegee really can help themselves here today.
And Brett Seal, not only does he run the football in the running back position, he does it on kicks also, and now he's able to get out close to the 30-yard line. Little pushing and shoving going out there. Not bad for a young man that's close to 1,000 yards for his second season out in Frankfurt.
Yeah, like we alluded to, this guy here, man, he is the heart and soul of this KSU, Kentucky State University offense, and I'm pretty sure he's a leader in the locker room as well. So these thoroughbreds run as far as that young man we just saw right there can carry them.
Sophomore Jonathan Jerry is the quarterback for the thoroughbreds. He's out of Tallahassee, Florida. Not known as a big passer, but he can also scamper as part of this triple option rushing offense. They're going to start off by giving it to Seal, and Seal's able to do what he does best, get a lot of yards, and that one about a 6-7 yard gain.
Yeah, you know why Seal is so big and we're calling his name out so much? It's because in this triple option, the fullback, the dive is the most important key play to the triple option. So you're going to see this guy get the ball a lot. So look for Jonathan Jerry to hand that ball to Brett Seal as much as he can.
Now 2nd down and 2. Give to Seal again, and Seal this time is wrapped up and brought down. Good stop there by number 31, Christian Johnson.
Now, Christian Johnson is going to be a key. When I say a key, Jerry, the quarterback, Jonathan Jerry, is going to be told, I bet you, by Coach Charlie Jackson, watch number 31. If he crashes like he did on that play, he's going to tell Jerry to fake the dive and then run the option and pitch it to the wing.
Inside run again by Seal. This time he's met by a host of Golden Tigers, and pushing him back is Jeremy Dees along with Johnson.
Again, we take a look at it. Fake. Give it to him. Great stance by Tuskegee's defense. Now, if you want to stop the triple option, like I said, you have to stop the dive. You got to stop that guy right there, Brett Seal.
2nd down and 9. Option. Good play, and they're going to keep going into Tuskegee territory. Kendon Walker, one of their other upbacks, making the run right there.
And what did I just say? If that defensive end crashes, fake the dive, keep it, and pitch it. I don't think Coach Jackson. Sorry, Mr. Jackson. A little bit of outcast right there, huh?
Well, obviously he's a former assistant defensive back coach for the Falcons. He's heard that song before. And right now he's not wanting to hear what the officials have to say. He's like declined. He's upset. And let's see what the official call will be.
Personal foul. Last down block. Offense. Number 81. 15 yards.
Blindside block on Ladarian McAllister, playing one of the wide receiver positions. And that's something that's not condoned in today's modern football. That blindside blocker, you see Coach Jackson over there talking to him. You can't do it.
Right here, you call it a crackback. That's a crackback. The old saying is it's a crackback block. But when the DB or the defensive defender back is to you, then you're not allowed to block him. And on that instance right there, he did block him.
Inside run now to try to make up those yards goes nowhere fast, which will bring down to third down. This is not an offense that is built to go from third and long.
No offense is built to go third and long. And actually, KSU, Kentucky State University, they really put themselves in a hole whenever it's third and long because their offense, really, they do not try to throw the ball. Like I said earlier, they are last in the SIAC when it comes to passing, just 65 yards. So this is a position they do not want to be in. I wouldn't be surprised if they still try to run the ball because they believe that much in their running game.
To be more specific, so far this season in conference games, they've only completed 14 passes for the whole season.
That's not good, James. That lets you know, again, they love to run the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to run it 3rd and 20. But if they do throw the ball,
5-yard penalty.
Balls.
Remains third down.
Delay of game pushes them back 5. Now they're looking at 3rd and 20-plus yards for a first. They need to get out to really midfield to have a shot at a first down.
Yeah, normally in an offense like this, a regular offense, which this triple option is not a traditional offense, you would see in a 3rd and very long, 20-plus, you would see some type of screen play. So it'd be kind of very interesting to see what they do.
Jerry looking to throw. He's going to go long and incomplete. A lot of pushing and shoving. Pass intended for Jordan Level. Good coverage there by Antonio Keenan Jr.
Yeah, you see Antonio Keenan Jr. put his hands behind his back. Great coverage, great position by Keenan right there. Puts his hands up. Hey, not on my watch. But as he was walking back, he kind of put his hands behind his back. That's a sign, hey, I got him locked down. I got him locked. So great coverage by that young man there. That's how you play. Look at him. Got his hand behind his back. He's telling them, I locked him down. So that's how you want to play as a defensive back. That's the attitude that you got to have.
Punting situation. Ward to punt. He is a very good punter, averaging 42 yards a punt. And he will kneel it. Good kneel by Tuskegee. We come back, we'll see if the Golden Tiger offense can get on track. They did in the last drive. Can they make it 2 in a row? We're all tied at 7 right here on ESPN.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Since 1837, historically black colleges and universities have been fulfilling their purpose to educate and empower. Since 2009, the Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program has also been powered by a purpose to update, upgrade, and uplift HBCU campuses. Today, 44 million votes, $4.1 million, and 147 grants later, we remain inspired by the people, the passion, and the power of HBCUs to continue our purpose. Learn more at retoolyourschools.com.
like to try it first.
And the last drive for the Golden Tigers was one of the best for Lewis Williams, able to have pinpoint accuracy throwing the football, finding his receivers both short and on the long pass to O'Neal, the tight end, and then a 27-yard scamper by Vontae Patterson for his 8th touchdown of the season, first touchdown of this game to tie it all up at 7 apiece.
Yeah, I like the rhythm that William is having. I don't know if everybody was paying attention, but on that deep ball, he had a little bounce in his feet. It kind of reminded me a little Muhammad Ali, just dancing and bouncing and releasing that ball properly and having good throws and good accuracy. Great efficiency so far.
Fake out to Patterson, an incomplete pass intended for Pritchett. And Pritchett, the young man out of Jacksonville, Alabama, unable to bring it in.
Yeah, nice over-the-shoulder throw right there by William. That was a catchable ball. This is where the receiver, the receiver goes back to quarterback in this case. You got number 17 right there. Pritchett goes back to William and say, hey, my fault, man. That's where you point at yourself and say, that's me. But that should have been a caught ball by Pritchett there. Great throw by Williams.
Second down and 10. 5 minutes and 7 seconds.
Second and 10. They're going to send O'Neal in motion. Patterson finds a hole, and he's able to get around and get 1, possibly 2 yards. Fugett right there for the tackle from the cornerback spot.
Yeah, you saw K-State come with a blitz right there on that run. Typically, when an offense doesn't get any type of yards on first down, what they normally come back to make sure that they get some positive yards, so they set up a good third down, they run the ball. So with that anticipation right there, KSU came with a blitz and really stymied Tuskegee on that run right there, making it a third and 9. And that was a young man that came with that blitz right there, number 30.
Chuck Jones. Third down and 9. And reception made once again. Spectacular reception by the tight end, Latravian O'Neal. This young man trying to make a name for himself at that tight end spot.
Great play dial up right here by Coach Slater, his offense. Send everybody deep, get that defense turned. You saw right there, number 56 for K-State. He's running blind. Number 56, Darryl Darvis right there. We've called his name several times, but great play calling. Send them deep. Get that defense to move back and slide the tight end across, number 88 right there, O'Neal, and picks up that first down. Great route running, great play calling by Tuskegee's offense.
Give again to Patterson. He's trying to find some room on the outside. This time, too many white shirts, and they string the ball out. He may have gained 1 on the play.
And that's what you want to do. K-State as a defensive unit, you don't want the running back to go north and south. No running back is good when they're going east to west, and that's what K-State did right there. Kentucky State made the defense bounce, made the offense bounce. So Patterson had no choice but to continue running wide to find a hole. He ran so wide, he got close to that out of bounds and went out of bounds for really limited yards.
Williams with some time. Throws it behind. Could have possibly intercepted right there by Sam Brown, but he was out of position.
Yeah, again, look like this is going to be a tendency from K-State defense. If they can get Tuskegee in a second and long, they're going to come with a blitz. And right there, they did the exact same thing, came with a blitz. And number 14 right there for K-State, Samuel Brown looking at himself saying, come on, man, got to catch those. That's what they say. Catch the ones that come to you. That's what they tell us at defensive back. Catch the ones that come to you.
Third down and 8. And Williams with some time and reception made. Hodges right there into thoroughbred territory. First down, move the change for Stephen Hodges.
Yeah, what are you going to get from this Tuskegee offense? Not only are they going to run the ball, but look at them crossing routes. You're taking one person and running them into another person's zone, another person running out of a zone into a zone, and somebody's going to be open. And right there, Williams found Hodges, picks up another good first down for Tuskegee. That's the thing about them crossing routes. You know, somebody's going to get open. You just got to make sure that offensive line gives that quarterback time to find the open person.
Slip and fall right there by Pritchard. The turf did him in on that pass play.
Yeah, again, it's wet out there. You got to make sure when you're route running, you got to make sure you get your feet up under you. Sometimes when bad weather, when it's raining, sometimes guys go to a longer cleat to make sure that they have a great footing. But on that situation right there, it just seems like the feet came from up under Pritchard. You know, he's one of the go-to guys, so he has to be ready and make sure that he is on his feet to catch every ball coming to him by this young man Williams right there in your screen.
2nd down and 10 now for the Golden Tigers. Option. Williams is going to keep it, and this time he's going to pay the price. Darryl Doris Jr. right there again, really sniffing out the quarterback.
Yeah, you got Tuskegee doing a little bit of something that they traditionally don't do. You don't really see a lot of option play coming from Tuskegee, but on that particular play, they tried the option, and Lewis Williams, didn't look too comfortable running that option there, and number 56 for, KSU right there, my man, Darryl Doris Jr., putting his mouthpiece in, getting ready to make another tackle.
3rd down and 12. They've been able to convert on several 3rd downs on this drive. Throwing long, overthrow, intercepted by Fugate, and Fugate is on the run, and he is eventually brought down. But another big play by this defense, and the Thoroughbreds will have the ball again, and Jacone Fugate with his 3rd interception of the season.
Big play. That's not what you want from William. He throws a big play and gets a first touchdown for Tuskegee and comes back and tries to go deep again. But this time, receiving end KSU, Fugate comes down with it, catches it even with a shoulder pass. But as long as you come down with that ball, that's what you want. So I'm pretty sure William, he's going to go to the sideline and rethink that. And for us, KSU to get the ball again.
Brett Silv right there on the carry, and he is wrapped up and brought down immediately for a possible loss.
Yeah, my man, Brett Silv, he got some big thighs there. I wonder how much he squats, man. He got some squat. He got some thighs on him, man. Almost like, I want to call him Earl Campbell, but I don't think
he's a little bit too short.
Campbell.
He's only 5'8".
Man, Earl wasn't that big either now. I didn't play against Earl Campbell, but I heard Earl wasn't that big, but his thighs were huge.
That's definitely true. Less than a minute here in the opening quarter, all tied up at 7. Inside run again, and they're going to go to the option, split it out, and for the first carry, Otis Odom, he is one of those slot backs, able to get his first carry, the young man out of Atlanta, able to help them get a first down and move the chains.
Again, what's the most important play is the dive. If you stop the dive, you get the dive going, then it opens up the option. And that's exactly what we saw right there. Quarterback kept it, pitched to Otis right there, and he was able to pick up good yards for those Thoroughbreds. So Otis Odom, keep your eyes on him today.
Going to give it to Silv, and he's really pushing to get second effort yards right there, able to get about 4 or 5, and hanging on for dear life was number 30, Cameron Tate, the linebacker.
45.
Yeah, you got Tyler Brown right there. He getting in on the action. So this whole defense of Tuskegee, these guys going to have to work hard.
We played 1 quarter, and we have seen the defense play big for Kentucky State. They scored 1, got an interception, but the offense for Tuskegee has been playing well, too. We'll see what the second quarter brings. Stay tuned. And taking a look at one of the greats for the SIAC and Tuskegee Golden Tigers, Anthony Mitchell. He played a total of 8 years, 4 with the Ravens and 3 with the Bengals and 1 with the Jags. He was on the Pro Bowl for 3 straight years as a special teamer, ran one of the fastest 40 times for a safety at 4.36, and he'll be joining us in a little bit. As you know, my friend next to me is just like Willie Slater. He always has something up his sleeve, and he can get in touch with almost anybody. Tyrone, I don't know what's in your Rolodex, but if somebody gets your phone, they got a lot of important numbers.
It's called a fraternity, James. Just like them guys on the football field, football is a fraternity.
Starting the second quarter, Brett Seal with another run as that offensive line playing well. They average about incredibly under 6 feet and average under 300 pounds, but they're very effective.
And very effective. And like you alluded to with Seal right there, because of his height, he's able to get behind those offensive linemen. And you got to look for him. And he's so powerful. He keeps his legs going. So that's why K-State, they are so good at what they do.
3rd down and short.
3rd down, Silver again, the ball carrier.
Inside run again, and looks like the defense holds, and it'll be a 4th down. Stepping up big is those defensive linebackers there for the Golden Tigers.
Yeah, again, you got Tyler Brown. He's stepping up and playing very big. The Tuskegee defense, the front 7, these guys are going to have to play tremendous today because you're going to get the run by KSU. They run the ball. That's what they do. Like the late Dennis Green said, they are who we thought they are, okay? You know they're going to run the ball.
4th and 3. Option. Give it out to Odom. Odom's using that speed, and he's going to outrun the defense. Stay inbounds. Touchdown. Odom's his 3rd touchdown of the season, and it was like a track meet on the outside.
How do you stop the option? You got to have somebody for the dive. Tuskegee took care of that. Had someone for the quarterback. They took care of that. The dive. Watched it. Know where to go. Someone's on the quarterback. Where did Tuskegee defense break down? Nobody on the pitch, man. Odom just used his speed. Just flat out finished with a Usain Bolt dip right there at the end. Sprint to the end zone. Touchdown KSU.
His 3rd touchdown run of the year. Point after attempt is good by Beza. And now the thoroughbreds showing that speed that they have on the outside. The slot back, Otis Odom. He says, you know what? If you give it to me on the option, I can take it to the house. 30-plus yards on the run, staying in bounds for the score. We'll see if Tuskegee can answer. Stay tuned.
As a global bank, our game plan is to help clients manage their money. We're a team of challengers, thinkers, and go-getters. Together, we bring out the best in each other. With our partner SIAC, we're creating pathways for the next generation of talent. We're scouting bankers, advisors, techies, and yes, athletes. Kick off your career with UBS.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
And we see, Ric Flair. I see Ric Flair in the house.
Woo!
There you go. See, you could do it better than I can. And that's part of the board there that they are trying to strike up some things over there on the sideline for K-State. I think they bring that with them everywhere.
Yeah, you know, Ric Flair used to say, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. So in order for this Tuskegee defense to play and they are to win this game, they got to beat the team that runs the ball the most effectively in the SIAC. And then when you stop them, you got to say, woo!
Well, right now, Kyle, the kicker from K-State, from Washington, D.C., is going to try to kick it away from Stephen Hodges.
Theo kicking off for the Thoroughbreds.
And he's going to kick it long.
Let's go get there,
And Hodges is going to take it at his own 10-yard line. And he's going to keep his feet, keep on running beyond the 30, one of the best field positions they've had so far today, out to about the 35-yard line. Now, they're saying the ball may have fell out of his hand, but no, it'll stay in possession of the Golden Tigers.
You know, I'm going to tell Hodges right now, I'm going to give him a little bit of dress adequacy. You want to have your uniform as tight as possible. You don't want nothing that they can grab on. If you saw on that play, they couldn't grab his jersey, so what did they grab? They grabbed his T-shirt. So, you know, you got to make sure you don't give them no opportunity to grab you in any kind of way. So there's just a little bit of dress adequacy, not only for Hodges, but anybody. Keep that uniform tight. You play good, you look good, you play good. You know what? You may have an opportunity to go to the next level. He got his shirt out. Look at him down at the bottom.
Trailing by 7 are the Golden Tigers. Inside run to Patterson, and he's able to get 2, possibly 3 yards. Chuck Jones right there to fall on top of.
The thing I like about this Tuskegee offense, now, yes, they're having a down year. They're not the Tuskegee of old, but they still are that sleeping bear. But what I like about Tuskegee, they have the ability to match KSU, Kentucky State, score for score. So Kentucky may run the ball, but Tuskegee have more of a balanced attack, throw and run.
Second down and 6.
Inside run again, and this time goes nowhere fast. And there's that man again, Darryl Doris Jr., just a freshman. And he's already got about 4 or 5 tackles.
Yeah, 56, looking like LT out there, man. I'm like, but you know why he's able to make this play? Is because of the front 4, those defensive linemen in front of him. They allow him to roam and go free and make plays, and that's what he is supposed to do. So he's doing a great job at it. So great job by that KSU front 4, allowing the linebacker crew to make plays.
Brian in at running back. He's going to add some extra blocking. Bullet pass. Reception made to Hodges, and they'll move the chains and go into thoroughbred territory.
Yeah, straight seam route right there by Hodges. Just run straight up the seam. And Williams, your arm is strong. Gun that ball in there like a fastball, and that's exactly what he did. He threw a fastball, a bullet, on that seam route by Hodges there.
Williams trying to make amends for the interception that he threw his last time out, which eventually led to a touchdown by Kentucky State. Getting some pressure, and wow, reception made by Goodlow. Check that. That was Jarvis McKee in his first reception of the day, the young man out of Gadsden, Alabama.
Yeah, watch this play by Williams. Doris all over him, but still, he focuses. Knows Doris is coming, but his job was to get that ball out. He got that ball out. Rocking and rolling, first down. Second down. Tuskegee. So you're moving the ball. That's what you want. Stand in there as a quarterback, take that lick, fall on the ground, but deliver that mail, which is the football.
2nd and 1, a little short.
Give now to Patterson, and he's trying to find some room, and there's that young man again, number 56, Doris Jr. He is just chasing everybody now.
Man, Doris is a sideline-to-sideline player, and that's what you want, sideline to sideline. Let's watch it. He reads it. It's not in that gap, not in that gap. Now it's a foot race. Gets in and makes that play on Patterson right there. Great play by Doris. This guy, hey, whatever energy he's on, whatever energy drink he took before this game, man, I'm like, I want it.
He's a freshman out of Lancaster, California, by way of Antelope Valley College. Hodges with the reception, trying to get to the outside. He does, going to try to outrun the rest of the defense. Knocked out of bounds, looked like about the 11-yard line, and Hodges wanted to score on that play.
Like a nice little option route at the bottom by Hodges right there. We don't see it completely, but actually it was so good that Brown, number 14 right there, covering him for KSU, actually got so far out of position, allowed Hodges to make a big play. Again, Tuskegee can throw the ball and run the ball. So these guys are very balanced. So I'm not worried about Tuskegee if they get behind. I think they have the ability to come back, but KSU, because they love to run the ball, is kind of tough.
Patterson, inside run. It's on 1st and goal. He gets inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
So, if I'm Tuskegee, what I want to do, I want to put up as many points. I think the way to slow a triple option team down, of course, to stop them on defense. And when your offense get the ball, score touchdowns. Put them behind as far as you can to take them out of their element of running the ball.
From the 4, give to Patterson, and in for the score, Avante Patterson with his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Again, seems like a replay of the first touchdown. Off tackle right here to the right. Facing the screen, it's to your left. Hits that hole so quick, the linebackers can't get over top to make the play. Touchdown, Tuskegee.
Patterson with the score. Now the point after attempt will tie it all up at 14 apiece. Huskett with the kick. Had some movement. Kick is up. And it is good. And Avante Patterson has been Johnny on the spot in the red zone by able to go in not once but twice, as we're all tied up at 14. Stay tuned. Tuskegee is known to have a lot of football greats, almost 30 players who have played in the NFL, but none greater than Anthony Mitchell has a Super Bowl championship ring, and he also has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt, 8 seasons in the NFL, and we are happy to be joined by Anthony Mitchell. Now, Tyrone calls you Ant. I'm going to call you Anthony Mitchell.
Yeah, James said he gonna use your government name, the name
He's
your
gonna
mama's
use the whole
government name.
government name.
There it is.
Good thing hey, they put my middle name on there. He can call it my social security out and everything, bro.
Well, Mr. Mitchell, you went from undrafted to Pro Bowl or the Super Bowl champion. How did your journey get started at Tuskegee University?
Well, I actually went to Tuskegee to major in architecture. And now the story that people don't know about me, I went to Tuskegee. I picked Tuskegee because of the architecture program. I had D1 schools coming out of college, high school that wanted me to play safety. I was a quarterback coming out of high school. So they wanted me to play quarterback, and then they had the architecture program. So I just picked Tuskegee.
Man, that's good. Now, going from Tuskegee, talking about Tuskegee, what is something that people don't know about Ant Mitchell that don't know now, but those who went to school with you during your time, they say, you know what, man, this is who Ant Mitchell was. Who was Ant Mitchell during the time at Tuskegee?
I outworked you. A hard worker, didn't take my time for granted, didn't waste my time. If anything I did extra. I put in extra work. Like after a game, if I go out and party, the next morning I'm up at 6 o'clock running. You know, I always work. I outwork. Anybody tell you from high school to college, one thing you might be better than me talent-wise, but you're not going to outwork me.
Now, with that being said, what would you tell these SIAC active players now? Because we're retired players now from the SIAC, but what would you tell them? This is the formula. You just alluded on to some of it, but what would be the rest of that formula that you would tell those who are looking to go to the NFL from the SIAC and continue to pass that baton on? What is the formula to get into the NFL from the SIAC?
Well, you know, going to an HBCU and the SIA school, you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. There's no such thing as success without sacrifice. And, you know, at HBCU, you got the partying, you have the homecoming, you got a lot of elite games, but are you going to sacrifice for you to perform on Saturdays, or are you going to go out and party with the rest of the people? And that's what the difference is when the guys that made it. If you look at probably every guy that made it, they didn't party as much. They didn't put that in the forefront. It was after they took care of their business, we probably went out and partied. But you know, at HBCU, at a lot of schools like that, you got parties with the sorority and the fraternity. They have weekly parties, week after week after week. Now, you going to be a part of that, or you going to be a football player? You can't be both. So I think the thing that people is to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice for your goals.
You look at this defense right now, you have a vested interest in this Golden Tiger defense because you have one of your children playing for Tuskegee. How special is that to have your kid playing?
It's special. It's when you sit here watching and you tell him, man, you remind me of me. You know what I'm saying? And you want to see that in him. You want him. I didn't give my kids my first name or didn't make it as a junior because I want them to form their own identity. And that's what they got to do. I want them to form their own identity. I don't want nobody saying, little Mitch, little Anthony. No, you who you are. You the name I gave you. And it's special to watch him play.
He's number 18, Kobe Mitchell. How much do you critique his game, or do you just sit back and be a fan and be a dad and just there to support him?
It's a double-edged sword because I critique and I be a fan, but he knows once the game over with, if he asks me, I'm going to tell him what I see wrong, and then we go carry on. It's not one of the dwelling, ongoing conversations we're going to have. Like the first half, that touchdown, it was because he was blocked. I think he was the pitch man. I think he had the pitch man on that one, but he got blocked by a receiver, and he know I'm going to tell you can't get blocked.
Yeah. And you know, like you said, just with the kids, coaching your kid, you know, my son, my daughter, it's tough, man, for those who have kids and they have a background like yourself, myself, or those that just know what they're doing. It's tough to be the dad and the coach because it's a double-edged sword, just like you said. And you got to be tough when you got to be tough, but at the end of the day, you got to say, okay, hey, are you okay? Let's go get some ice cream. So, you know, it's tough.
And once
Right.
again, Lightning strikes twice, a 60-plus yard touchdown run by Otis Odoms. It looks like a mirror play on his last touchdown run, and he does the lean at the end like a track star, and now they're up 20-14.
Right, the same play, same side of the field. They ran the option. The pitch man, I think he's too deep to take on the pitch, but they got somebody going right at the pitch man every time. The pitch man's guy, which is the safety.
And looking at your son right there, 18.
And Ant, stay tuned. We're going to come right back to you right now. It's 21-14 in favor of the Thoroughbreds. We'll see if the Golden Tigers can match it score for score. Stay tuned.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at Academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
As a global bank, our game plan is to help clients manage their money. We're a team of challengers, thinkers, and go-getters. Together, we bring out the best in each other. With our partner SIAC, we're creating pathways for the next generation of talent. We're scouting bankers, advisors, techies, and yes, athletes. Kick off your career with UBS.
Since 1837, historically black colleges and universities have been fulfilling their purpose to educate and empower. Since 2009, the Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program has also been powered by a purpose to update, upgrade, and uplift HBCU campuses. Today, 44 million votes, $4.1 million, and 147 grants later, we remain inspired by the people, the passion, and the power of HBCUs to continue our purpose. Learn more at retoolyourschools.com.
Tuskegee trails Kentucky State 21-14 after a 62-yard run by Odoms. And you see number 18 right there, Kobe Mitchell, sophomore out of McDonough, Georgia, Eagles Landing Christian Academy High School. He is legacy. His father, Anthony Mitchell, also donned the helmet of the Golden Tigers, and he is with us right now. And Mr. Mitchell, you saw that last run. I don't think your son was out there on that play, but for the defensive backs that are playing for Tuskegee, what would you tell them to try to stop a speedy wingback like Odom?
I think they outnumber on that play. And that's why anytime if you got the pitch man getting blocked by a receiver and no one's there to pick up that side, you outnumber. So it's going to have to be the coaching to make that adjustment, because every time if no one's on the pitch man, if a wide receiver is blocking the safety. So it's not just the kids. I mean, you got to get off your block. You can't count it out one for one. But if you look at the play again, I think that the defense, when they run an option, it's outnumbered. You got to take somebody off the dive, which might be the DN, and have the outside linebacker go to the pitch man so you can have two people on it.
And we'll take another look at that option play as you was talking about. Yes, they were blocked, and then it was off to the races.
Right, the outside, and then the corner is not the corner. This is what I say: you got to take it personal as a DB, and the pool will tell you, Tyrone will tell you, if you get blocked by a receiver, it's a problem. Yeah, I don't think on any level I just honestly got blocked down the field by a receiver. I mean, I tell them all the time, you got to have pride in what you do, and getting blocked by a receiver, you can see the corner was 20, 30 yards downfield.
Yeah, that's what they call stop blocking. The stop block. That receiver comes off, and his primary job is to block that DB. And right there, we saw it on that play. But again, to stop the option, first thing you got to do is stop the dive. Second thing you got to do is put somebody in the face of the quarterback, make him pitch early. The third thing is you got to have somebody for the pitch man. So we see right there, somebody's in there, they stop the dive, somebody's in the face of the quarterback to stop the pitch, but just like Ant alluded to, no one there for the pitch man, and that's all day. It's like a layup. It's there all day, the layup, and Odom finishes with that little dip. In track and field, that's what they call that dip when you go across that finish line. In this case, the goal line. But, Ant, I want to ask you, man, now, when you won your first Super Bowl, man, you won your first Super Bowl, what was it like to see that confetti fall? Because I know when I saw that thing fall, I didn't really know we really, that night or that game, I didn't know we had won the Super Bowl. That feeling didn't hit me until the next morning when I woke up. How did you feel?
You was it's the same. I was enjoying the moment. And then woke up and realized that, man, I'm a Super Bowl champ. Because during the moment, you just out there and talking to your family in your face, your teammates, and it was just so surreal. I mean, it's a feeling you really can't describe. I mean, people ask me that all the time. I'm like, it's just something. If you wasn't a part of it or you never had it, it's something hard to describe.
Now, going from the pros, from college to the pros, what habits did you take from college to the pros? Because there were some habits I took from college to the pros, like certain drills and everything. I just took it because that was part of my regimen. What are the 2 things that you would say you took from college at Tuskegee to the pros that help you play 8 years plus?
I took care of my body. You know, I go doing some extra jogging, some extra workouts, and I watch film. I mean, coming from SIC, it's so much faster on the pro level. It's so much faster. And if you ain't in your playbook and knowing what you're supposed to do, you're going to get left behind. And that's the whole difference of coming from the level we came from, going to the pro level. It's the speed of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I know, man, my first game, I'm like, I saw these guys I used to see on TV. I was like overwhelmed. What was your first time when you walked into the locker room, Ray Lewis and guys like that? What did you feel like, man? What was the feeling?
Main 4 times.
I actually, I started off my my training camp with Jacksonville Jaguars. So I was excited. I'm gonna tell you a story now. I was excited when I was with Jacksonville because they just, that's when it was new organization. They went deep into the playoffs, and then they came and I was released the last cut. They told me they were gonna sign me on practice squad, but the Ravens picked me up, and I was upset, honestly, that I was leaving Jacksonville going to the Ravens. I like, ain't no superstars on the Ravens team, because I'm like, who was the Ravens at the time? And lo and behold, the same year we ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I had a mouthful of my own foot in my mouth because it was a better team in Jacksonville.
And thank you for joining us, and good luck to you and your sons. And we'll be right back with more football. Stay tuned. Okay. Head coach Willie Slater, the head coach of Tuskegee Golden Tigers. Right now, they trail by 7, and they have been done in by Otis Odoms and Tyrone Poole, James Verrett. Tyrone, we have seen a little scat back. He's playing that more of a wing back, slot back receiver situation, but he has really done damage to the Golden Tigers.
I tell you what we've seen is when you don't take care of the pitch, man, that's what you have. You're giving up big plays. And so far, Tuskegee has not taken care of that pitch man yet, but I'm pretty sure they're on the sideline, on that board, on that tablet, drawing up, hey, somebody got to get the pitch man. We got the dive, we got the quarterback. Somebody got to be there for that pitch man.
No doubt about it. And quietly, Kentucky State is just constantly really gnawing at this lead. Each time it's tied up, they find a way to make a big play.
Yeah, and anytime you can run the ball, James, especially in conditions like this, it's to your advantage. So the advantage is more that KSU can score and put points up on the board. They stay where they are. But if Tuskegee can get these guys to get off balance and get them behind and make them play from behind, then you see a different option team from KSU. But right now, man, their offense is rolling and their defense is playing pretty doggone good today themselves.
Second down and 10 as a little bit over 4 minutes left to play here in the opening half. Jerry doing a good job of commanding this option offense. Inside run again. This time goes to big number 22, Shaquan Oliver.
Also, Jeremy Dees on the tackle.
Good tackle there made by Carl Matthews for Tuskegee.
You know, the one thing that we haven't seen too much of, other than, throwing the ball behind a backward pass by Williams early in the game, we haven't seen a lot of the ball being placed on the ground. Even though the rain has let up a little bit, still that turf is still wet. And as you saw on that previous play, the running backs, they are taught by KSU, put both hands around that ball before you get tackled.
Another good run, nice solid hit.
Yes.
To bring Walker down, and a good solid play once again by Carl Matthews.
Yeah, that'll be your caffeine in your coffee right there, baby. Talking about waking you up, that'll wake you up. Ooh, right there. That's how you bring it. That's how you play on defense, man. I'm like, you run through. They would say run through the wall. And right there, number 3 ran through the wall. Williams ran through the wall, ran through the offensive play. As they say, don't stop until you hear glass break.
Looking to throw, rare for Jerry. He throws, reception made. Walker is still on his feet. The ball is loose. It is Tuskegee's football. Great play, Christian Johnson with the fumble recovery and a huge pass reception, but then it was a strip and the recovery by Johnson.
Yeah, this is what K-State, their offense try to do. They try to lull you to sleep with the run, and then they try to throw it deep. But right here, great play by Williams right here. He hustles. Optimistic right there, ripped the ball. He had the tackle secured. When I mean secured, he had the runner under control. Now, let's try to make a play. That is exactly what he did. Made a play. Poor ball security right there by KSU. You get tackled, you got to wrap both arms around the ball. So I'm pretty sure Walker is going to go back and they're going to say, hey, put both arms around that ball before you get tackled. But great recovery, number 31 right there for Tuskegee. Johnson, but great play by Williams. They stripped that ball.
Catch made. And now off to the races. Enough for a first down and moving the chains is Devin Valcine. He's known as a returner, but also plays pretty good wide receiver.
Got to be multiple talent. I believe in anything you can do to help the football team, whether you can return, punts, kickoffs, receiver, run the ball, throw the ball. The more you can do, the more you help the team win.
Ball out to the 29-yard line. Tigers trying to tie this up, getting some pressure. He eludes pressures, trying to keep the drive alive. Smart move by moving that ball to the outside hand, and he runs enough for another first down.
Now, I want you to take a look at fact how he sits in the pocket. All the walls just crumbling down. Of course, he don't have nowhere to go. Most guys would have panicked right here. Look at Williams. Man, he looked like he's been there for about 50 years. Now, all of a sudden, he decides to run, finds that opening, sneaks out. Now, that is what you call patience right there. This young man right here is showing me something today.
Lewis Williams.
1st and 10 now for the Golden Tigers. We're approaching 2 minutes left in the opening half as they trail by 7. Ball at the 45. Once again, plenty of time going long, looking for a wide receiver. Pritchett makes the catch. Enough for a first down into thoroughbred territory. Great play by Jamal Pritchett.
Yeah, I got to put this right here on number 14 right there. Samuel, he loses his balance in great position. Most defensive backs panic the closer that ball gets to the receiver. Right there, looked like he had a little bit of panicky right there by Brown. Fell down, but still yet a great play. Great throw by Williams. Great catch right there by Pritchard. Again, I just can't say enough about how Williams is throwing this ball. He's throwing that ball around Hodges, Pritchard. They're running the ball. Tuskegee has a good balance attack.
Please reset the clock to 1:51.
Get an extra 10 or 11 seconds will be the Golden Tigers. And they'll move the clock back to 1:51.
You know, I'm looking at Williams, man, and he's reminding me of somebody else from a black college, HBCU, Doug Williams. I'm like, he's sitting in that pocket, man, just observing and throwing that ball, man. I'm like, you know, I know Doug Williams is a great, but man, you know, Doug started just like Williams here. They both got the same names. I'm like, hell, who else would you want to be compared to?
Lewis, flare pass out to Pritchett, inside the 5, touchdown, Jamal Pritchett, touchdown Golden Tigers, and we are 1 extra point away from being tied up again.
Just look at the patience of Lewis Williams, man. I'm like, again, you just mentioned Doug Williams from Grambling State, but man, Williams is sitting in that pocket. He's standing tall. He's able to observe. Looking. He see the crosser. Nice delivery. Nice delivery means that the running back, the receiver, was catching the ball on the run. That was the most important part, is to hit the receiver while he's running. Yards after the catch. And after that, Pritchard was able to use his athletic ability in wide open grass to get into that end zone.
3rd touchdown of the year for Jamal Pritchett. Point after attempt by Huskett. It's good. And with 1:43 left to play in the opening half, we are all tied up. And it all started with the defense. We talked to Coach Slater. He said we've got to get some turnovers, and his defense ripped it away and got a huge one. And there was a long pass that set up the touchdown pass. And as you said, staying in the pocket was Williams, and he finds Jamal Pritchett right there, and he keeps his feet in. And then for the touchdown, he finds Pritchett again for a nice 26-yard touchdown scamper. He'll take it all the way in for the score. Point after attempt good, and we're all tied up now at 21, and even the cheerleaders are like, oh yeah, parlay, play and parlay. That's the Tuskegee way, even when it's a gray sky.
Now, I'm going to correct you on something, Jane. You don't say Tuskegee, you say Skegee.
Skegee. Okay,
Skegee. So, hey, did I get it right, all the Tuskegee Golden Tigers out there? It's Skegee.
It is Skegee. And for Jamal Pritchard, the freshman out of Jacksonville, Alabama, obviously happy to get his 3rd touchdown of the year. Silv is going to take it out of his own end zone. Silv trying to find some room to run, keeps his feet, gets beyond the 20-yard line out to about the 26.
But Silv is stocky, man. He's stocky.
And now to be up to Jonathan Jerry, quarterback out of Tallahassee, Florida, for the Thoroughbreds to see if he can engineer a touchdown drive here with 1:37 left to play here in the opening half. And you see Charlie Jackson, he's been sort of coy to the media, really doesn't talk much to not only the local media, but even to us when we were trying to prepare for the game. But I think that's part of his plan, to keep everybody in the dark about his option game.
Yeah, as long as he's not changing jersey on players, I think he's probably okay right now.
Yes, indeed. Option to Odom. Odom goes into a second gear and enough to get the first down and more, pushed out of bounds at about the 46. And once again, Otis Odoms is showing how talented he is.
You don't want to sound like a broken record, but where is the pitch man? Who's going to get the pitch man? And I think right there we saw who's supposed to have the pitch man. The pitch man should have been taken by the linebacker right there, Woodley, but he was so far off. Again, you can't give Odoms, a guy who got speed, an open field. They're going to gash you every time with this option. Stop the dive, put somebody in the quarterback face, and have somebody ready for the pitch man.
First down, they're going to give to Seal. And Seal may have lost the football. He was down there on his knees as he crossed midfield. But he does come up with it, and he's holding on to it. About a 5-6 yard gain, make it second down.
Yeah,
and looks like a timeout is called with 1:17 left to play in the half.
1:17 left in the game, James. I expect you see K-State do what they do. They're going to actually run the ball, ground and pound, as you called it earlier, the black and blue division. So that's what they're going to do.
Well, when you look at this offense, how impressed are you the fact that they have an inside game with that fullback Seal, and Odoms is really speedy on the outside for Kentucky State?
Really, this is what this offense is built to do. There's no surprise in it. The veer, the triple option, this is what this offense is built to do. So when you get the offensive line making the blocks and you get that dive going, and then once they start respecting the dive, you pull it out. Now somebody has to be in the quarterback face, and we have not seen anyone in the pitch man face today from Tuskegee, or Skegee as we would call it. So Skegee, you got to get somebody in that pitch man face to slow down the thoroughbreds, because they are running.
If you're a cornerback, you've played that position for a number of years. Do you keep pushing up? Do you keep pushing up and try to make yourself go into the backfield to turn him inside?
Well, really, you got to pay attention to how close the guy is to you. But as we see right here, nobody's in the pitch man's face. And you can't sit here and tell me that Tuskegee did not build a defense when they came into this game plan with somebody being in the pitch man. Somebody probably got blocked. Again, who has the pitch
Walker?
man?
Wow! Walker with an athletic leap, able to get an extra yard. Keaton Walker, the young man out of South Phoenix, and he rises like a phoenix and whoop over his head.
Yeah, and I again, to stop the option, and I believe right here, the pitch man was, his responsibility was number 4 we just saw from Tuskegee linebacker Sean Cross. But again, the speed of KSU is getting to that outside of Tuskegee's defense.
A little bit over a minute to play. Inside run to Seal. He's close to another first down. Knocked down at about the 35-yard line. Tate on the tackle. And you see the field goal kicker, Gennaro Beza. He is 4 for 5. His longest this year, 34 yards.
Yeah, you see the kickers, man, they be down there by themselves. Man, nobody's around them. Everybody's down where the ball is, and the kicker, they're by himself.
Give to Walker. He's on the outside and knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets enough for another first down. They stop the clock with 39 seconds left.
You know, sometimes it's not the danger on the field. Sometimes it's the players off the field. Watch this coach. Watch out, coach. You gotta, hey, get out the way, man.
Well, that's his coach.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to be aware when you're on the sideline, because not only are the players on the field in danger, but, man, the people on the sideline, if you're not paying attention, I've seen coaches get hurt, get torn ACLs on the sideline because they get rolled up on plays like that.
Ball is now at the 30, 1st and 10. Inside run to Shaquan Oliver, the big back playing that fullback spot, able to get some positive yards. Check that. That was Christopher Conway. Conway with his first carry of the day. And Kentucky State will call a timeout with 33 seconds left. And we want to remind everybody the SIAC Football Championship will come down to November. Yes, it's coming up real soon. Sweet November, as the Western Division champ will host November 13th. Make sure you check ESPN Plus to watch it live, and make sure you visit the SIAC to get all the championship information and, of course, championship gear. So, Tyrone, when you're in the Western Division, everybody's got a loss. The last 2 games, how important are they right now?
Well, every game is important, but like you said, if you have a slippage in the season where you're not winning and you're losing, your record's not showing it, it's very important. That's why we talked about the West. Everybody is 1 game away from winning that West. And really, I want everybody to keep your eyes on Lane College, the Dragons. Those guys, they have a great record, and they're 1 game off from winning the West.
No doubt about it. They've had a couple of stumbles along the way, but they have played well. But now Kentucky State trying to punch it in and get the lead as they go into halftime. Jerry looking to throw plenty of time, and this one was batted down. Another great play there by the defense. Christian Johnson with the knockdown.
Yeah, again, I can't continue to say it enough, but this is the downfall of a team that loves to run the option. Because you run the ball so much, you're not effective when it comes to throwing the ball, so your efficiency is not that good. And right there, like you said, almost could have been a turnover. Right there, you see Jerry saying, come on, man. Come on now. You got away with 1 right there. He's living right, as we would say.
That's very true. 3rd down and 3, ball at the 24-yard line with 28 seconds left. Quick throw, and oh no, that one is low. Devon McCoy, the intended receiver, he stands at 6'5", but he really threw it about 2 feet high.
Yeah, again, you're doing something that traditionally you don't do, so you don't have time to get the rhythm, the cadence, and all that plays a part, rhythm. And again, this is the downfall of a team that loves to run the ball.
15 seconds and counting on the play clock. And it's 4th down and 3. They've got to make a decision if they're going to go for it or they're going to try to kick it.
You know, talking about running, you know, talking to Coach Slater, he said he's won about 7 titles with this type of offense. So we know it wins championships.
Timeout called by head coach Charlie Jackson. 26 seconds left on the game clock.
And Coach Slater was at North Alabama, so that's why he knows a lot about that triple option. They've won a lot of championships at North Alabama, so he was part of that staff. So, like he said, hey, KSU, Kentucky State may run the ball a lot, but, man, that system does win championships.
No doubt about it. He said that he was very tickled pink, as he said, when every time he sees Kentucky State run the offense, because he said it's very similar to what he ran out of Florence, Alabama at the University of North Alabama.
Yeah.
And for Charlie Jackson, he learned that offense while at the Air Force Academy. Known for his defense. He was an assistant defensive back coach with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
But that offense definitely is something that is hard to practice against.
Yeah, but see, that's why I can't understand it. Coach Slater has played against this type of offense. He knows it. He knows it. So, again, you would think that the option, the pitch man, would be taken care of because this is an offense that he's seen, he grew up in. So somewhere on the field, the information is not getting transferred. Coach Slater, I do believe, is given and has told the guys how to stop it, but they're not doing it on the field.
4th down. Looks like Jerry and the Thoroughbreds are going to go for it. Option. They're going to find Odoms, and Odoms gets enough for the 1st down, and they'll have enough to move the chains, and now they got to quickly try to dead the ball. Good tackle there by Austin for Tuskegee. And they're going to throw it down dead with 11 seconds left to play. And it looked like that 4th down meeting at timeout worked out for the Thoroughbreds.
Yeah, it did, and you knew you were not going to get no pass from them. So they come back with some trickery, reverse, and they picked up the 1st down. So good call. They got the 1st down. Now it's 2nd down. They got 11 seconds. About probably the way they run the ball, they probably got one more play before they probably will have to decide to bring the field goal unit on. But I would expect them to probably try to throw the ball to go to the end zone.
Jerry's going to try to go to the air again, and incomplete.
Now you got to
Pass
bring the kicker
intended
out.
for McAllister. And he overthrew a guy standing 6'4".
Yeah, you got to try to bring the kicker out, I think, put some points on the board. But again, they can't run the ball too far away. They would basically eat up the clock if they try to run the ball. Let's try to throw the ball. If they miss it, we're going to leave ourselves ties on the clock. If we catch it, it's a touchdown.
Beza to kick for Kentucky State. About a 32-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it hooks in. His 5th successful field goal of the season for Beza. And as we go into the locker room, it will be Kentucky State with a 24-21 lead. 3 points separate these two teams. If we've had an entertaining first half, in which we've seen the option run to a T, and we've seen the wide open offense of the Golden Tigers play well, Tyrone.
Yeah, definitely. And even on that play right there, they ended with points. So KSU is still moving.
And it's been Otis Odoms and the rushing attack of Kentucky State as they have a 3-point lead. Stay tuned. Halftime coming up right here on ESPN. Halftime here at the Shed on the campus of Tuskegee University. 24-21 is the score in favor of the Thoroughbreds. We are joined by one of the many SIAC NFL former stars and a proud member of the Golden Tigers, Frank Walker. Frank, thank you for joining us. And first of all, your thoughts on the first half of the game between Kentucky State and your alma mater, Tuskegee University.
Both teams are doing a lot of things well. Kentucky State is obviously attacking the edge and getting to the perimeter pretty good. Tuskegee University is doing well at completing the deep ball and just making completions. I think both defenses really need to step up, especially Tuskegee's, in my favor, of course.
Man, I want to know about that chain around your neck, man. Tell us about that chain on your neck now. We're going to get away from that corporate talk. We getting real deal, Frank. Well, I want the real Frank Walker to come out now. I see that corporate Frank. I didn't messing with you. Hey, tell us about that chain around your neck now. What's the significance?
So this is a Hamza. And basically a Hamza, all it does is keep the bad energy away. But, you know, a guy of my stature had to ice it out, you know. That's the HBCU way. You know, that's what we do. We make it pretty. You know how DVs do, baby. We always pretty. Make it pretty, baby.
Frank, your days at Tuskegee, man. We had Anthony Mitchell, another Tuskegee grad and pro player. We asked him what were some of the things that he did that actually separated him from other SIAC defensive backs to get into the league. So what did you do that separated you from everybody else, and the NFL said, hey, we got to go knock on Frank Walker's door?
One thing I think I prided myself in was being a dog. Like, I demanded respect. Like, when you came to my island, you knew it was my island, and you was going to respect my island, or I was going to treat you bad. So what separated me was that dog mentality. Like, I think I played corner, but at heart, I was a defensive end.
I hear you. When you first got the inklings that the NFL would be a place for you and scouts started to come on campus, what was your initial reaction? And how did that really intensify your level of play when you're out there playing on Saturdays?
Well, my initial reaction was, what took y'all so long? Y'all knew I was here. Y'all knew I was going to do this. Like, what took y'all so long? No, but honestly, like, it was a pleasure, and I was honored. Of course, Roosevelt Williams had just went the year before me, and the scouts were, when they were coming to the game, they were speaking to me then. So, you know, my whole thing was to keep a level head, you know, and stay out the way, keep a clean nose, you know, because things like that deter teams from you. So that was my biggest thing, to stay fast and stay healthy and make plays. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't really let it, kind of control my game or anything. I stayed the same dog that I was. I didn't tone it down because I wanted them to get the real me.
Now, I know when I got into the NFL, Frank, the one thing that I would say was an Achilles heel was the fact that coming from a HBCU, Fort Valley State, we played nothing but man-to-man. I'm like you. It's my island. It's my island. So whoever comes to my island, I'm locking them down. But when I got to the NFL, that playbook is not only thick, but, man, they got 5 or 6 defense that look the same. It ain't like HBCU, one defense, and that's the way we play it. But what was the biggest transition from the college to the pros for you?
So before I left Tuskegee, I had never played another snap of any other coverage besides man-to-man. I literally played man-to-man 100% of all my snaps at Tuskegee University. The biggest thing that I noticed when I went to the NFL, though, is quarterback placement of the ball. You can have a guy covered extremely well, and Kerry Collins and Ike Hilliard had a connection that I had never seen ever in my life. They would throw the ball so close in tight spaces that any other place in the world, it would be incomplete passes. So quarterback placement of the ball was the biggest thing, the biggest difference for me. You know, as far as wide receiver and DB, we all were fast in college. We all ran routes. We all covered. So that pretty much was the same to me. You meet a few more guys that were a little more polished with route running, like a Monty Toomer that wasn't fast but still could get open just by knowing leverages and things like that. Those were a difference also.
All right, Frank Walker, thank you so very much for joining us, and good luck to your Golden Tigers. Halftime, 24-21 in favor of the Thoroughbreds. Stay tuned. More halftime coming up. Happy to be joined now by head coach Charlie Jackson of Kentucky State. Coach, first of all, that option game, Otis Odom, what did you see on film that you said that outside run would work for you?
Well, I don't know if it has. We've got a couple of explosive plays, but we've left so many different plays. We left a lot of points on the scoreboard there. Even in the first half, we've got 24. We can do so much better. I have seen the enemy, and the enemy is me. So we've got a lot that we have to fix here at halftime, and hopefully we can do a little bit better next half.
Coach, you say you got a lot of things you got to fix going into halftime. Myself being a professional athlete, college athlete, I know what that means when the coach said we got to fix some things. What are some things that you guys going to have to fix offensively and defense for the second half?
Well, I think there's some things communication-wise that we certainly have to fix offensively. And when it comes down to it, there are four ways, that you win football games. Number one, turnovers. And we're talking about a momentum shift there at the end of the first half. We think we're going to punch the thing in and go up 14 and maybe have some momentum going into the half. And then we fumble the ball in an open field play, and that's a shame. But turnovers and then penalties and obviously special teams and time of possession. Our defense has been on the field for quite a bit, and that goes both ways. We've had a couple of turnovers and need to create some more. But I think from a communication standpoint, we just got to lock in. This is an awesome college football game. Tuskegee is a great team with great speed. You see their athletes. They're flying all over the field. But we've got a long way to go. We'll go in here and coach them up as best we can and come out and compete in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you so very much. Good luck to you in the second half. Halftime, it is 24-21 in favor of the Thoroughbreds. We'll be back with more. Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, the Shed, as Tuskegee will have to work their way out of a 3-point deficit as they're down to the Thoroughbreds, 24-21. Hello, everybody. James Red along with Tyrone Poole. Tyrone, what we've seen in the first half is a option that's been run very well.
There's been an option, as they say in the old movie, remember the Titans? Man, just give it time. It's like Novocaine. It's going to work. And that's what that option has been doing for Kentucky State University. It has been working, and primarily the option, the pitch man.
When we take a look at the first half highlights, it's been defense that's also stepped up big. Lewis Williams looking to throw, and a forced fumble by Jalen Johnson, and then the fumble recovery by Dockery the third to bring the score to 7-0. Then Avante Patterson with a 27-yard touchdown run. Point after attempt is good. It's tied at 7. And then the defense steps up big again for Kentucky State as Fugate gets their interception. And then there's that man. His name is Otis Odoms. He will go 33 yards for a touchdown to give them a 14-7 lead. Then Patterson will match with a touchdown of his own to keep it tied up at 14 apiece. And then Otis Odoms, once again, 59 yards, and he is a track star, Tyrone.
Yeah, you can tell he's a track star. And again, if they cannot stop this pitch man, he dips again. If they cannot stop this pitch man, it's going to be tough for him.
Then a strip and a fumble recovery by the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, which will lead to this huge play to set up the touchdown pass to Jamal Pritchett. Pritchett will catch it and take it to the house, and we're all tied up at 21. And then it would be Beza with a 34-yard field goal attempt, and that's where we find ourselves, 24-21. So the defenses really have stepped up big. We didn't expect this to be a game in which the defense will make big plays, but they have made them.
Well, when you look at Tuskegee defense, Tuskegee does have a defense. Their offense has been kind of down this year, but when you go look at the stats in the SIAC, the rankings of Tuskegee defense, they are in the top 5 in pretty much every category. Probably what Coach Slater didn't expect was how fast KSU was able to get to the edge uncontested with that pitch man.
When you look at adjustments for Tuskegee, is it just a matter of the quarterback settling down and running the offense, or will the defense have to continue to make big plays?
Well, offensively, I think Tuskegee is doing a pretty good job. They're balanced. They're throwing the ball where they need to throw it, crossing routes. They're changing it up. Defensively, if they can take care of the pitch man, of course, you got the dive. We're talking about a triple option. You got the dive. You got the quarterback. You got to have somebody for the quarterback. Then you got to have somebody for the pitch man. Now, we've seen on film where the pitch man is in place, but he's not close enough to make a play. So that is probably one of the adjustments that Tuskegee is going to have to work on.
So you're saying that cornerback's got to come up even further into the backfield to try to turn it inside in order to make that play?
Well, the defensive guy, whoever's assigned to the option guy, has to make a better read and get there quicker. So if they don't get there, every defense is built when you're playing against an option team for somebody to stop the pitch man. And if they do not delay defensively and getting someone in that defensive, that pitch man's face, then again, like I said, it'll be tough for Tuskegee.
All right, let's get an update by head coach Willie Slater. Coach Slater, your defense, find that pitch man is important. Coach, can you hear us? Coach, can you hear us?
I can't hear you too well. I'm sorry.
Okay, how about now, Coach? Can you hear us? Can you hear?
Turn it up. How can you hear?
All right, they're going to try to turn you up, Coach. Can you hear me now? And we look like we got some technical difficulties. We'll let Coach go because we want to get the game started. But as you said, they're going to have to get that pitch man. Offensively, you said things are doing well, Tyrone, but what can they do in order to really get this offense rolling?
Well, again, just continue to do what they're doing. They're doing a great job of spreading the ball around, talking about Tuskegee, running the ball, throwing the ball, crossing route, throwing it deep. And when you look at KSU, Kentucky State, as Coach Jackson said, there are some things that they've left, plays they left on the field, some mistakes, communication. So I hate to see what it's going to look like for the second half if they get that communication correct, because right now KSU look like they are communicating very well. Can you hear me now? So they are basically doing a great job.
That communication is key in order to get plays in, to execute whatever play that you want happening. And right now, it seems as though the communication offensively for Tuskegee is working at times, but the defense for Kentucky State are making those big plays. They're sniffing out those big plays.
They are. Both defenses are playing well. Talking about Tuskegee and KSU. Again, you take away a few big plays from Tuskegee, the big throw. You take away the optimistic play by the defense to rip the ball away from the KSU receiver. This, it could be kind of tough for Tuskegee right now. But again, when Tuskegee, what they're doing well is when they get the ball, they are doing something with it, and that's why they're stealing this game.
We're about a few moments away from starting the second half. 24-21 is your score in favor of Kentucky State. A 34-yard field goal is what separates these two teams. It is important when you look at the SIAC Western Division standings because you have four teams. You've got Miles, you've got Tuskegee, you've got Kentucky State, you've got Lane College, all right there within reach. And if those teams can finish out strong, all four of them have a shot at winning that Western Division.
Yeah, again, if I had to pick a team right now, of course you go with Miles because they have the experience, okay? They are the big chief on top of the hill. They're the chief until somebody knocks them off. They are the dominant lion. But again, keep your eye on the Lane College Dragons.
No doubt about it. You see head coach Willie Slater, and he's already done battle with that Lane College Dragons. Those Dragons really got the best of Tuskegee during the regular season. And right now, we see Brett Silv. He is eagerly anticipating returning the kick. And Huskett on to do the kicking duties for the Golden Tigers.
That big mouthpiece we just saw Sia put in, with the cover up the lips. Michael Irvin made that thing famous. Remember Michael Irvin had a big face, big mouthpiece in his mouth.
Silv will take it inside his own 10, and he's able to keep his feet and keep on going and chugs all the way down to the 40-yard line. And you said he's got some big thighs. Those legs were really key in that return.
Yeah, he's low to the ground. He's built low to the ground. So even if a guy has him in grasp, jumps on his back, he's so low to the ground that his center of gravity is still intact to where he could just keep his legs churning and pick up yards. Looked like he was running a dive right there, even on that return. Looks similar to the dive that he runs when he's at fullback position.
Jerry still in at quarterback. And he was 1 for 4 throwing with 37 yards. And running the football, 1 carry for 8 yards. Give to Seal, and he is wrapped up and brought down. Big number 99 for Tuskegee right there to make the initial play, Fred Austin. Just a sophomore. They say he's still a little guy at 6 foot 290. He's like, wow, I almost had it. 2nd down and 9. Give again, and they're going to pitch it out. And this time, as you said, adjustments. They hand it out to Isaiah Jackson for his first carry, and he is knocked back for a loss.
That is how you play the triple option. Dive, boom, taken care of. Make the quarterback pitch. Somebody's up in the pitch man's face, and right there you saw number 3. William Matthews, number 3 Matthews for Tuskegee, all in the pitch man's face. So quick that they actually lost yards.
So now 3rd and long for the Thoroughbreds. Jerry looking to throw. And almost intercepted. Pass intended for McCoy. Good coverage there by Carl Matthews.
Yeah, typically on a rollout, when you see a quarterback roll out, it's going to be a comeback to the outside. Great play by Carl Matthews. We saw him come up and take care of that pitch man on the last play, and right there he almost came up with an interception. So great read by Tuskegee defense. You see that quarterback roll out, you know that somebody is coming back on a comeback.
Jonathan Ward with his second punt of the day. Up, and it is deep. The average is about 42. This one is a slip, and the slippage right there on the return. Good coverage there, and Pritchett unable to bring anything out of that punt return. And we'll see if Tuskegee can get the lead again as they trail by 3.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Since 1837, historically black colleges and universities have been fulfilling their purpose to educate and empower. Since 2009, the Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program has also been powered by a purpose to update, upgrade, and uplift HBCU campuses. Today, 44 million votes, $4.1 million, and 147 grants later, we remain inspired by the people, the passion, and the power of HBCUs to continue our purpose. Learn more at retoolyourschools.com.
Try it first.
And head coach Willie Slater trying to get this Golden Tiger offense going as they trail by 3 points. Defense holds, gets them the ball back off of the punt. And now we'll see if Lewis Williams and company can get things rolling on the offensive side. Oh, goodness, this time this one goes nowhere fast. And good play there by Jimmy Edwards along with Jaquan Johnson, able to get into the backfield. And they said, no, 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 not today.
Yeah, again, you want to see a little fake dive right there. Actually, the quarterback couldn't even get out the way, so much pressure by KSU defense. Johnson right there, number 21.
Let's see you do something special.
Now 2nd down and 16 after the 6-yard loss.
Go attack him, son.
Time to throw. Catch made by his tight end, Alexander Mitchell. He's able to get 6, possibly 7 of those yards back.
I tell you what, if I'm KSU, every time they try to blitz Williams, he's beating them. He's found the open man right there. Look at all those. They're trying to get to him. Again, everybody's one-on-one coverage. Great job by Williams finding the open man. Found his tight end right there, number 85, Alexander Mitchell.
Close your gap off too fast.
Williams in the first half, 13 of 18, 206 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. 3rd down and long. Throws, pays the price, intercepted. Isaiah McFarland with his 3rd interception of the year. And he's going to stay on his feet. He's still going, trying to get into, oh, the ball is loose, and it goes out of bounds. It'll still be Kentucky State football. But there are some flags that look like they're down.
Yeah, Williams took a big hit on that one, delivering that pass. It's pointing like it's something infraction against KSU, but we'll see whether was it before the interception or after.
And you see McFarland getting the turf out of his helmet. You don't see that too often with all the artificial turf that we have now.
Yeah, regardless of the synthetic turf or the grass, I like the grass. I just like the grass. It's nothing like, it gives, it moves, and I think it decreases the injuries. But I understand it's pricey to keep that grass growing for these guys to play on.
Waiting to see what the official call will be.
You always got that one player you want to huddle around the officials to see what they're talking about, so you can kind of give your coaches a heads up. Oh, they say it's our ball. No, they say it's their ball. So you always want to see what those referees are talking about. And sometimes they may be talking about who's going to buy dinner tonight. But they don't know what they're doing. So when they take that long right there, you're like, okay, so you paying tonight.
Now we see Lewis Williams. He's on the sideline. So we'll see what the official call is.
Hey, I need you to go, man. Hey, Jim Dundee, hey.
There are fouls by both teams. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 56. During the return. Personal foul. Tuskegee. Number 1. Face mask. Those penalties are set. Third down.
Replay the down.
And let's check a look at the roughing the passer. And there's that man again. That was Mr. Doris. And then on the interception.
Nothing stop you. Nothing stop you right here.
And we can't see the other infraction. But it looks like we're going to replay the down. And they're just trying to make sure, does the interception stand or does the roughing the passer negate that, and then it'll still be Tuskegee's ball?
But it seemed like to me both of them were personal fouls. And basically they would offset one another. Unlike a pass interference and a holding, there are two different types of assessments to them.
And you see Coach Jackson, he's just saying, let's go, next play.
Hey, Hooks!
And Coach Slater, always stoic.
Get home, let's go! Hooks, get home!
And he's talking to his quarterback, just trying to let him know, you're not a freshman anymore.
If you still see the quarterback of Tuskegee on the sideline, that means KSU got the ball. So that's decided right there who got the ball.
Hey, Hooks, let's go!
And new quarterback in is Bryson Williams. And Bryson's getting that pressure immediately. And he tries to get it to Hodges, but that bullet goes incomplete.
Yeah, new quarterback. I'm kind of wondering if that lick that Williams took was kind of too much for him to get back into the game, because I'm like, right now, he has done a great job to me. You bring in a new quarterback, take a look at the hit. Didn't look too much like a personal foul lick to me. It didn't look too much like it was a lick that would probably injure Williams. But the great thing about it, KSU does not get the ball, does not have an opportunity to score. Tuskegee kept the ball. They get opportunity to punt the ball away and make Kentucky State work down the field.
And Duff with the punt. Silv gets the catch. And it was Johnson with the coverage. So now we'll see if Kentucky State can get their offense rolling with their second possession of the third quarter. Their first possession did not go according to plan. And so far in this game, their offense has really been clicking on all cylinders. They had 243 yards of total offense in the first half. Option. Get it out to Walker. And Walker this time, he is met quicker. Good wrap up there from the safety position by Kobe Mitchell. Right there, number 18. I think he must have heard what Dad said, and he came up and made a play.
Yeah, again, watch how they attack the option. Now, what I noticed on that particular play right there was the fact that the option guy, the end guy on the defense, was closer to the line of scrimmage, which enabled the option to be taken care of quickly, and Kobe Mitchell right there finished it up.
Inside run, Brett Silp is off to the races beyond midfield, and a touchdown-saving tackle made there by Carl Matthews, but he is one of the best running backs in the SIAC and all of Division II football because he can go straight ahead and people can't stop it.
Why they can't stop it, that D-line gets tired. You keep running this dive, you keep running the dive. It takes energy as a defensive player to be able to get those offensive linemen off of you. And that's why that dive breaks open as the game goes. And we saw it right there. The defensive linemen get tired, so Tuskegee defensive line got to keep that energy alive to stop that dive.
Inside again the Seal, this time Johnson and others right there to bring him down. May have gained one on the play.
You know, I once had a conversation with someone. They said, would you rather have a Hall of Fame quarterback or a Hall of Fame running back, so to speak? Would you rather have a dominant quarterback or a dominant running back? I said a dominant running back because the reason why I say that is they can stop you on first down, and then a running back will pick up about 6 yards on second down and maybe get the first down on third down. But a quarterback, if you stop them all 3 downs, basically they got to throw the ball. It becomes longer. Or should I say if you stop them on first down, it's second and long and then third and long. So give me that running back.
Jerry keeps it, and he gets close to the first down marker. Jonathan Jerry on the carry. First half, he only had 1 carry for 8 yards. That one goes for about 6.
And that was the reason why I brought that little story up, because you can stop the dive one time, it may pick up 1 yard. Then you come back, then that dive or that option is going to pick up 5 or 6 yards. But as a quarterback, if you stop them the first time on first down, now it's 2nd and 10. You stop them on second down, it's 3rd and 10. So I'd rather have that running back where, yeah, you stop me the first time, but I'm going to continue to run it because I know my running back is bound to break it and get that big play.
3rd and 4, inside run to Oliver, and it looks like he has enough for the first down and moves the chains. Shaquan Oliver on the carry.
This is what they do. This is what KSU, the thoroughbreds, do. They run the ball. It don't matter who is in there. The game plan is the dive, quarterback, pitch man. That's what they do. That is why they call it the triple option.
They ran 8 different people in the first half running the football, including this young man right here, Jonathan Jerry. And this time, he goes nowhere fast. Good ankle tackle made there by Cameron Tate and company. Cameron Tate coming in to spell those linebackers. When you're running an option like this, how important is it, Tyrone, to keep fresh bodies in?
Which part are you talking about, the offense or the defense?
For the defense.
Defense, you really can't bring in fresh bodies like you do on offense. Usually you just got to stick with it. You got to be in shape. Unlike offense, you can bring different guys in and off the field. But defensively, it's kind of hard sometimes to bring new guys in all the time.
Option to Walker, and this time Walker is met and slapped down by Antonio Keenan Jr., and that's a tackle for a loss. He takes some turf on the helmet, too.
Well, we see and we are seeing what Coach Slater and his defensive staff, what kind of defense adjustments and what was said in that locker room, because right now we are seeing someone up in that pitch man's face every time. Someone is causing that pitch man to turn it up to where the rest of the defensive players can make the tackle, or we see that defensive guy like we saw right there with the guy we're looking at, Antonio Keenan, who's making plays in the second half.
3rd down and long. Jerry looking to throw. Throws a bullet. Reception made. Enough for the first down. He finds his tall receiver, Devon McCoy, into the red zone. First down, Thoroughbreds.
Devon McCoy, he's 6'5", so you can't miss this guy. He's 6'5", 6'5", 210. That's a big receiver, big target for Jerry. Just make sure you throw the ball where he can catch it.
Ball now on the 10-yard line. Red zone opportunity here for Kentucky State. Inside run by Seal. Second effort gets him inside the 5, down to about the 3.
Yeah, this here is just straight goal line defense, goal line offense. I'm not going to expect KSU to do nothing else but to get that ball to Seal in that A gap and just let him try to go dive play.
And looks like we got a player down. When we come back, we'll check on his status and see if the Thoroughbreds can punch it in as they're up by 3. Stay tuned. Happy to see linebacker Cameron Tate helped off the field. Cramps may have been the culprit as the trainers are trying to stretch him out and get those calves loose again. And Tyrone, this is that odd time of year where you're transitioning from the warmth of the summer and fall now to the cooler breeze, but you still got to hydrate, correct?
You're correct, James.
And inside run by Silv. He is in. Let's see what the official, yes, in for the score. 2-yard touchdown plunge by Brett Seal, and that lead is extended, and you can see Brett is high-fiving, and he is hyped up.
Yeah, again, this is nothing but goal line defense versus goal line offense. Even though it's in the option formation, you're going to give it to Seal and let the offensive line just drive the defensive line of Tuskegee out of the way and just let Seal have his way.
And he has had his way. Point after attempt is up, and it is good. That lead now extends to 10 points, and the young man from Hammond, Louisiana, transfer from Louisiana College. He has found greener pastures with the Thoroughbreds and stretches it across for the score. Stay tuned.
As a global bank, our game plan is to help clients manage their money. We're a team of challengers, thinkers, and go-getters. Together, we bring out the best in each other. With our partner SIAC, we're creating pathways for the next generation of talent. We're scouting bankers, advisors, techies, and yes, athletes. Kick off your career with UBS.
Try it first.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
And you see the head coach for the Thoroughbreds, Charlie Jackson, technically his third year at the helm. Really his second year coaching, 2020, COVID year. No coaching there, but right now he has a 10-point lead, and a victory here will give him an inside edge at possibly winning the SIAC Western Division. James Verrett along with Tyrone Poole. And Coach Poole, we have seen this option run very efficiently by that team in green and gold, and now it's up to the Golden Tigers to see if they can work their way out of a 10-point deficit.
I tell you what, we're having an opportunity to see. Coach Jackson has an opportunity to break this 3-game winning streak by Tuskegee. They've beaten Kentucky State 3 times in a row, 2017, 18, and 19. The only win from KSU coming in, actually 2016 when they beat Tuskegee 10-9. So KSU with a 31-21 lead. I know it's early, but, man, they are really giving themselves an opportunity to break that winning streak by Tuskegee.
Yet to see who's coming in at quarterback. We did see Bryson Williams, but Lewis Williams, who had the start, looks like he's getting instructions from Coach Slater and will go in back to the starting role. And they're going to take their time and get out there, and they may have to take a delay. And you see him limping a little bit. Doesn't look like he's 100% there, Tyrone.
But he's a warrior. He's a warrior. You don't take that field unless you can go.
Gets it off in time. Williams finds a receiver, but Stephen Hodges, normally a sure-handed guy, drops it. And Trevin Pope right there to knock it away.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a lower throw than normal by Williams here. He steps up, ball a little bit on the hip, but still should have been a catchable ball. But I still believe that if William had still been in the game, maybe he was injured, was the reason why he was not in. But I think for a quarterback or anybody, it's rhythm. You got to keep that rhythm.
Inside run by the Golden Tigers, able to get some positive yards. Terry Bryant with his first carry on the drive. Bryant didn't play in the first half, but has played in a couple of series so far here in the third quarter for Tuskegee.
I think it's imperative that Tuskegee finds their rhythm. Go back to what they did in the first half. Crossing routes, throwing it deep, keeping KSU off balance.
Getting some pressure on the backside, reception made, and going for a second effort. His big number 84 able to make a huge play there for Tuskegee to try to move the chains. Jamal Couch with his first reception of the day.
Again, a little delayed blitz by KSU right there. So what do you get? Whoop, you get that little crossing route. It's been open all day. William has done a great job of finding that man crossing. So right there, he found number 84 looking right at you in his screen. Number 84, Couch.
Transfer from Mississippi State, getting his first action this afternoon. Inside run by Bryant. Bryant with second effort able to get 1, possibly 2 yards. Right there on his ankles was Jalen Johnson and big number 98, Jimmy Edmonds.
Now,
6'4", 285.
Now it's second down. Now, when we looked at the first half, it was typical of Kentucky State defense to blitz Tuskegee on second down when it was second down and 8 and 9 or second and 10. Let's see if they come with a blitz again, and let's see how Tuskegee adjusts to it.
They give him 3 yards, second and 7. Williams, good catch made. He's going to pay the price, but enough for the first down. Jamal Pritchett, sure-handed, making the grab.
Yeah, you say pay the price. It pay the price to be the boss, right? If you're going to go across that middle, you're going to get hit. So you might as well go ahead and catch it. And Pritchett has done a great job all day making big plays for Tuskegee. And to be a wide receiver to go across that middle, man, you got to have a mind of mental toughness because you know you're going to get hit. But it's also a great throw by Williams because if he throws that ball any other kind of way, it could be a worse hit than it was.
Give to Bryant. He's able to get 6, possibly 7 yards. Malik Okur able to bring him down.
And this is what Tuskegee, they're getting back to what they did in the first half. They ran, they threw, they run, they had a great mixture. They got to keep that momentum, And William, you see him right there, getting everybody in position. He is the trigger guy. And we said early in the broadcast, he is going to carry this Tuskegee victory today.
Bryant, this time he is sniffed out in the backfield, but looks like he's able to get to the line of scrimmage and get 1, possibly 2 yards, close to a first down.
It's a 3rd and 4. It's manageable. If you're an offensive coordinator, this is where you want it. You want it 3rd and 4. They still can come with a great mixture of plays. They can run the ball. They can do the crossing routes that have been very effective today. Or if KSU decides to blitz and they can get a man open deep, you can throw the ball deep. So this is a great 3rd down opportunity here.
And Bryant again on the carry. Looks like he gets enough for the first down. Dockery was right there to try to bring him down, submarine tackle style, but it was Bryant who fell forward.
Yeah, again, KSU defensively, I talked about how 3rd and 4 is really good for offense. Well, 3rd and 4 is not really good for a defense because now you got to call a middle-of-the-road type of defense or you got to be aggressive and blitz. And right there, like Kentucky State was in a middle-of-the-road basic defense, and Tuskegee was able to get their first down.
Offensive line doing well for Tuskegee. Give again to Bryant. This time he goes nowhere fast. Mr. 56, Darryl Doris Jr. says, no, not today.
Yeah, Doris, that's how you do it. You get him in, you make plays, you limit the offense effectiveness on first down. And that's what that green and gold, white, that's what they did. Then you go to the sideline, get some of the grass taken out of your helmet, then you come back in.
You see Bryant there getting a breather also for Tuskegee.
That's why football you got to have depth. That's why they recruit as many players in a position because anybody can come in and out. Everybody gets tired.
Lewis Williams with plenty of time. Good reception there by Pritchett on the comeback. Gets to the 20 and he is pushed out of bounds. But a first down for the Golden Tigers. Samuel Brown pushes him out.
Yeah, if it has not been Hodges, it's been Pritchett. Again, look at Williams. Looks to his left. Nobody's there. Goes to his right. Pritchett is wide open. Pritchett's so wide open, it's like he didn't know what to do. He turned around like expecting to get tackled. But either way, big play for Tuskegee.
Flag on the play. Let's see what the official call will be. 9 seconds left in the third quarter as the home-standing Golden Tigers trail by 10.
And 31 points is about the average for KSU this year. They've been averaging about 28 points a game.
There's no foul for unnecessary roughness. The result of the play, first down. Go.
First down, and they're going to keep on going. 9 seconds left here in the third quarter. Tuskegee driving. Ball now on the Kentucky State 31.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that what Tuskegee want to say, go, 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 go. They got that go-go juice going right now. They throwing the ball, running the ball. So, hey, don't slow us up, man. So, again, Williams doing a great job. Look like they're going to take the quarters coming to an end.
We've played 3 quarters. We've seen Kentucky State run their option to a T with Brett Silva and company, and they'll be up to Tuskegee to make a valiant comeback as they trail by 10 right here on ESPN. Stay tuned. Three quarters of work already in the barn for the Golden Tigers as they are down at home 31-21 over the upstart Kentucky State Thoroughbreds. James Verrett along with Tyrone Poole. And now we start the fourth quarter with Tuskegee driving 1st and 10 from the Kentucky State 20. Looking to throw, has some time. Reception made by Latravian O'Neal, and he is close to another first down. Tackle made there by Jalen Johnson. Good job by O'Neal.
Yeah, you got the trigger right there. You got the Doug Williams of modern football. Lewis drops back. Again, the crossing route has been there all day long for the tight ends of Tuskegee. They run people deep, run the defense off, get them linebackers to drop deep, and then had a tight end delay, and then a little crossing route is wide open.
Ball now at the 14 of Kentucky State. Bryant on the run. He gets to the second level, close to the touchdown. He is brought down maybe a yard short. Good run there by Terry Bryant.
Yeah, how many times have you seen the ground cause that ball to come out? Watch on the end of this run. He's going to get flipped. Boom, the ball hits the ground. Elbow basically hits the ground. Right there. Man, I seen that, but luckily, he was all the way down. But I seen so many times when a running back or a runner gets flipped and that arm is the first to hit the ground, that ball always comes out.
Ball now at the 1 yard line for Terry Bryant and the Golden Tigers.
Hey, what's that, Sam? What's that, Sam? What's that, Sam?
Bryant,
No, he can't.
and he gets close to the goal line. He may be a half a yard short.
I tell you what, if that ball came out again, if I'm Coach Slater, man, you better get you another running back in there. Because that ball, you don't want to be known as a fumbler. You got to protect that ball with both hands right there.
Oh, yeah, it does get loose.
Both hands.
Looks like the center was able to pick it up. Nate Harrison.
And as a runner, you cannot fumble the ball. You got to wrap that ball up. And that would have been a crucial play down here.
Hey,
If they had lost the ball.
Movement in the backfield by Bryant. Did they call it? No, they didn't. Touchdown. Touchdown, Tuskegee.
Yeah, Tuskegee kind of got away with one right there. A little bit of movement in the backfield before the snap of the ball. We see it right there, he moving. You would have thought the referee sitting right there would have called it. But he didn't. Play continues. Tuskegee comes in with a touchdown.
Good job there by Tuskegee, able to punch it in.
Let's go!
Point after attempt by Huskett to make it a 3-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. 12:51 left to play in regulation. Back and forth we go. Lewis Williams able to engineer a good drive as Tuskegee finds a way with Lewis Williams punching it in from 1 yard out on the sneak as their trail to 31-28. One-yard touchdown plunge by Lewis Williams. And he still trails by 3 points, but a successful drive for the Golden Tigers. He's saying something's in my eye.
Yeah, we were sitting here talking about that. It kind of reminded me of that movie Harlem Nights. Snake Eyes. You could throw the dice, and he says, something in my eye, something in my eye. They said, well, get it out your eye. So I'm pretty sure, hey, Williams said, hey, get this thing out my eye, man, because I got to throw this ball. I got to roll them dice, call that football.
It's been a roller coaster ride for Williams so far in this game. He's thrown an interception, thrown a touchdown pass, and now he has rushed for a touchdown. His team still trails by 3 points. Pooch kick, and fair caught at the 30-yard line is the up back for Kentucky State, Shaquan Oliver.
A little pooch kick. You know, typically KSU has been getting up to the 30-yard line, so I guess Tuskegee said, hey, we're just going to pooch kick and actually help save ourselves from running down the field and them return it to where we're going to pooch kick it.
Jonathan Jerry doing a good job of directing this option offense, finding ways to throw when he has to and also run when he has to.
Now, this is where Tuskegee, they got to ball out right here. They got to get a 3-and-out, or they got to get the ball. They cannot let KSU score on this drive. They got to get them out. They got to get out the field some kind of way and get that ball back to the offense.
Inside run by big number 32, Curtis Conway, and he's able to get some positive yards.
And positive yards is a great call, great word for first down. If you're going to get a team, more than likely to get a team to go 3-and-out offensively, you have to give them no yards on first down, negative yards. You use the word positive. You can't get 3-and-out if you are allowing the offensive team, especially a running team like KSU, to get positive yards on first down.
4 yards on that carry by Conway, the young man out of Riverdale, Georgia. Option. And this time Walker is off to the races beyond midfield, spins, holds on to the football, gets a first down and more, and now the Golden Tigers defense on their heels.
Yeah, Tuskegee had someone up, but the pitch man was up, but the receiver was able to shield and allow the runner right here, Walker, to pick up, as you said, James, positive yards again and a first down for the Thoroughbreds.
Into Tuskegee territory, ball now at the 46. Walker is closely approaching 100 yards rushing.
And when you come up to stop the option, you can't get washed by. You got to make some type of play happen.
Give to Conway, and Conway barrels his way forward for about 3, possibly 4 yards. Tackle over there by Cameron Tate.
And I think what Tuskegee is going to have to do here, they're going to have to come up with some dial-up, some blitzes on first down. Put your corners out there, put them on man-to-man, and they got to blitz in order to stop that first down play.
We've got a player down. We'll take a break. We come back, we'll check on his status. Thoroughbreds up by 3. Kendon Walker, the running back for Kentucky State, helped off the field. Looks like he's got a leg issue that the trainers are going to try to work on and get him taped up and ready to roll. And he's part of an 8-person rushing attack by Kentucky State. Jonathan Jerry, the signal caller for this option-oriented offense. Conway again. They're giving it to the big fullback, and he is showing and proving. Check that. That was number 22, Shaquan Oliver, who's also just as big as the fullback.
Yeah, again, James, I cannot emphasize enough. Not only is KSU moving the ball down the field, but they're eating up the clock. The clock is still running. The more they run the ball, they pick up positive yards. The clock doesn't stop. The clock doesn't stop. And again, Tuskegee offense sits on the sideline. The game of football is all about momentum. So again, Tuskegee has to dial up some type of blitz. I think they cannot give up no more than a field goal on this drive.
Oliver keeping it from that fullback spot, and he's close to another first down.
Because if they could just give up 3 points, then I think with the offense doing what it's doing, changing up, throwing the ball, running the ball, I think they give themselves a great opportunity to put more pressure on KSU. But again, as we're seeing, this triple option, man, is working. It's working. And Tuskegee, they got to do something other than just playing base defense. They're going to have to dial up some blitzes. And like I said, put these corners on the island and make them earn their scholarship.
Second and 4.
27-yard line.
Inside run again. More positive yards. This time Brett Silva on the carry. He had arrested. Look at there. His number 3 on the side of his helmet is coming completely off. That's how much contact you're seeing by one of the best running backs in the SIAC.
Yeah, that's why those helmets, man, are so just a new generation of helmets, man. And, you know, not only in the professional ranks, but high school, college, they have done a real good job of making these helmets so great that they're trying to reduce the concussion effects of helmet-to-helmet hits. So I'd rather see the number come off the side of the helmet than to see guys have a concussion.
Silva again, big number 99. Frederick Austin meets him right there to stop him dead in his tracks.
Yeah, 99, all of the guys, 44, everybody got to penetrate, make that tackle, limit the running game of KSU. This is where, hey, you got to suck it up. It's the fourth quarter. That's why they walk around when they go into the fourth quarter. They put them 4 fingers up in the air. Fourth quarter means everybody has to get it out. Everybody has to be accounted for.
Going to the outside. Ball is loose. Kendon Walker goes airborne. But Kentucky State still holds on to possession. No flag. But I mean, wow, the second time we've seen Walker go up in the air.
He's going up in the air because it's called penetration. And before he can get his eyes focused on the hole, defensive guy is in his face. Great play, and actually he comes back into the game. It's good to see him back in the game after seeing him on the sideline. But again, great penetration by Tuskegee's defense. So again, they answered the question about the pitch man, and we've seen more aggressive play by Tuskegee defense, and they have done a better job this second half than they did in the first half of stopping that option.
3rd down and 12. Jerry looking to throw. Looking for his tight end, incomplete. Colin Dwenger, his tight end, stands at 6'4", 250, and that was incomplete. Defense on the option in the first half. It was all Otis Odoms on the outside. It seems as though Tuskegee could not find a way to stop him, but now in the second half, adjustments, Tyrone.
Yeah, adjustment again. Get more aggressive. Get closer to the line of scrimmage. We got to have someone in that pitch man's face, and that's exactly what you see of how Tuskegee is playing that option of the pitch man now.
Field goal attempt by Beza. This one will be about 36 yards. His longest is 34. But now it is 36. Field goal is good. And the lead is extended to 6. Tuskegee will get the ball back, but right now the Thoroughbreds have the 6-point lead. Head coach Willie Slater's defense holds. They only give up 3 points as the Golden Tigers trail by 6 points. And for Kentucky State, Charlie Jackson looking to get an upset, first time in several years that the Thoroughbreds are this close to defeating Tuskegee. James Red along with Tyrone Poole, and now 7:24 left to play in regulation. And Kentucky State will kick it to Tuskegee. Tuskegee with a touchdown can tie it up.
Yeah, you know, that giving up that field goal is a big plus in my mind for Tuskegee. Now Tuskegee can come back and score a touchdown and then come back and play some hard defense. I think they give themselves an opportunity to beat this tough running team of Kentucky State.
And K.O. Maria with the 5th touchback of the season, big number 66, young man out of D.C.
And I think this is going to be probably one of the last offensive opportunities for Tuskegee because they're going to take some time off the clock to get the ball down the field, okay? And then you know Kentucky State is going to come back and they're going to run the ball. So we saw them go from their just initial drive. They took about 4 or 5 minutes off the clock just with that drive alone. They ended up with a field goal. So this is a very important drive for Tuskegee. Offensively, it's a more important drive for Kentucky State. If they stop Tuskegee, then I'm pretty sure you're going to see KSU come back and run that dive.
Williams with time. Find his new receiver, Jonathan Montrell. And Montreal makes the reception.
Yeah, good. Looking again, straight, good throw by Williams. And a great catch by Jonathan. 6 foot, 175 freshman.
First and 10 for the Golden Tigers. Ball's on their own 39-yard line.
Offense trying to keep that young man right there, Doris, from getting to the quarterback. Inside run by Bryant.
Chuck Jones out guy on the tackle. Chuck Jones. That sounds like a linebacker name right there.
Well,
real.
you know,
Chuck.
This is the season for Chucky.
They get Chuck. He look like a linebacker, man.
Child's play Chucky.
Look at them eyes. Observing. looking at the formation, getting in position. Let's go make a play. That's what he's saying to himself. Look at them eyes, man. I love it.
Williams, high, incomplete, intended for Montreal.
Now, this is where you got to be careful again. You know, that's why I said, you remember my analogy I said about a great quarterback versus a great running back? This is the time when you run the ball, you pick up great yards, and you make it manageable. But right now it's 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. So when you throw the ball, if it's incomplete, you get no yards. You got to go back and start where you started from. So it was 2nd and 9. They threw, missed, incomplete, and that's 3rd and 9.
Throwing long, incomplete, little bit too long, intended for Pritchett.
You know, if I'm an offensive coordinator, we don't see Tuskegee do this a lot, and we don't see a lot of teams do this a lot. They either going to throw it deep or going to cross and routes. That's what we've seen from Tuskegee. Right here, incomplete, great effort. But where is the screenplay? Where's the screenplay? Where's the traditional screenplay? KSU defensive line, they get to the quarterback and they are an aggressive team. You know what? Set up the screen. I thought the screen would have been a great play right there.
Ryan Duff to punt to Brett Seal. Duff gets a good punt off. Seal will get away from the football and will take a Tuskegee bounce. And it is stopped inside the 20 at about the 14-yard line.
These are the most important 5 minutes and 53 seconds in Tuskegee history right here as far as this game is concerned.
Okay.
Because, again, we know that KSU is going to run the ball. And when you run the ball, not only do you gain yards, they've been getting positive yards all day. Not only do they get positive yards, but that clock continues to run. So that's why I say these 5 minutes and 53 seconds are very important, because what you don't want to do is leave Tuskegee with only a few minutes. You're now Tuskegee, you know you got to throw the ball. So I'm banking that Coach Jackson is going to run the dive, they're going to run the option, and Tuskegee may get the ball back, but if they do get the ball back, they're going to have very little time to do anything with it. That's why that last drive was so important.
Inside run, here goes Brett Seal. Seal is off to the races to midfield. He keeps his feet, and he is eventually brought down inside the 30, down to the 26, and Brett Seal is close to 100 yards rushing.
Now, I knew they were going to come back and run the dive. I said dive, 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 but I didn't know it was going to open up the part. It was going to open up like the Red Sea, and right there it opened up, and Brett Seal, look at him. The guy's so stocky, you can't hit him in the thighs. Look at him just moving. Great center of gravity. Big play for these thoroughbreds. And again, even with a field goal here, I think you put it out of reach for Tuskegee. But KSU have put themselves in an excellent, excellent position. Again, we're looking at Mitchell right there. I know his dad is back there watching the game saying, come on, guys. You guys are better than that.
Inside run. Conway on the carry. And now time is not working in favor of Tuskegee, but for Kentucky State, that favorite term that you like to call it, the 4-minute offense?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You see that clock, that play clock, look at 25. Look at the comparison to the actual game clock. I'm banking that KSU is going to wait until that ball get down into the 5-second range where they're going to snap that ball. They're going to try to run as much time off this clock as possible, because Tuskegee right now cannot stop their running game.
And now Kentucky State will call a timeout. 4:28 left to play. When we come back, we'll see if they can put this game on ice. You're watching SIAC football on ESPN. Stay tuned. Jonathan Jerry and the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State trying to put this game on ice. Second down and 4. They're going to give it to Big Conway, their fullback, and he's able to get close to the first down. Offensive line has been playing spectacular for Kentucky State all season, but especially today. See big number 52, Eleazar Hernandez, transfer from West Point, stands at 6'4", 313. Now that's big for a center.
Yeah, you know, the center is probably one of the most important people of this offense because after the snap of the ball, he still got to be able to get to his blocks. So I'm pretty sure he's probably very athletic as well.
Tyrone, when you look at this offensive line, the proof is in the yardage that they're able to put out. And we've seen a running back on the outside in Odoms. We've seen Silv on the inside, particularly in the fourth quarter on those dive plays. What can you say about Kentucky State's offensive front?
Again, they are running that offense to the T. Again, Coach Jackson, he's been around it. He knows about it. He knows the people to recruit. And what you're seeing is an effective triple option offense.
Well, when you look at Tuskegee right now, they need to stop. Need to get the ball back and get a score in order to be in this ball game. How do you stop a team that even on the easy dives, you haven't been able to stop big plays?
I think basically you just got to blitz. You got to pick and choose the moments you blitz. You got to blitz the A gap. You got to put pressure to the point where you put somebody in the quarterback face and you have somebody for the pitch man.
Inside run again, that is Christopher Conway, and Conway goes enough for the first down. They'll move the chains. And more importantly, the clock will continue to run.
Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning. Again, knowing football, when you get in a position where you have a lead and you are a running team, like the Thoroughbreds of KSU, Kentucky State, they are going to ground and pound, as you would say, James. So, look like we got someone down the field right there, and that's the last thing you need as a Tuskegee Golden Tiger, to have one of your starters down.
Got a player down. Looks like it's number 25, Darren Peterson.
But the good thing about it, though, you know, you never want to see anybody get injured, but the good thing about it, it gives Tuskegee defense an opportunity to rest. Okay, so let's just put some scenarios up here. If K-State doesn't score a touchdown, they kick a field goal, they're still up 37 to 28. And even if Tuskegee comes down to score a touchdown and even decide to go for 2, they still are behind by 1 point. And again, Kentucky State would get the ball back, and you know what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. So that's why I said that last drive was very, very important for those Golden Tigers. So right now, if you're in Las Vegas and they say the house always win, right now, Kentucky State, even though they're playing in Tuskegee, they are the house team right now. All the cards are in their hands.
Very good analogy as they try to put this game on ice. With 3 minutes and 25 seconds and counting, ball now on the 18-yard line.
Huh? Did you call the timeout?
No, that was my bad.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, that worse than having your phone. You say, oh, that was a pocket dial. Hey, you got to turn that phone off, man. Make sure your mic turned off. Hot mic.
We get it all here in the SIAC.
You got to love it, though.
No
Give
doubt
the fans
about it.
an opportunity to hear what goes on that field. Inside the life of a referee.
Ball at the 18 of Tuskegee. Silv, he jumps over one defender and is brought down right before the line of scrimmage. Tate was able to get some penetration, and Silv just hopped over. And you can see that helmet. That is the helmet of a hard-running running back.
Yeah, they're going to have to go and repaint that helmet, man. But again, you know, give shout-outs to all of those who design helmets, man, who design helmets to help make these guys safer so the game is safer. So that's what it's all about.
Well, when you were playing, did you have any helmet, as they say, tendencies? You wanted your helmet to fit a certain type of way?
Well, I always thought they used to start out, they had the original bike helmet. The bike helmet had the bladders in it, but that helmet was heavy. And what it would do when you got tired, you go to make a tackle, the helmet was so heavy, you would drop your head, and now you can have spinal problems. So I always wanted to get a lighter helmet, but it had the pads, the bubbles, you put the air in it, but it was a lighter helmet. Rydell made those type of helmets. But the helmets today, the way the athletes are so strong and fast, equipment has to evolve with the abilities of the athletes.
Will we ever see a day where we see the old school hitting again? Do you think they'll be able to make the helmet and the shoulder pad safe to where we can go back to that, or do you think that time has passed?
I think basically that time has passed. You look at life, period. You just look at life in general. They're changing the rules and trying to make it safe for everybody, not just in sports, but it's just in life.
2nd down and 10 now for the Thoroughbreds. Give to Silv, and he is in on the stretch for the score. 18-yard run, and Brett Silv has scored again, and this game may be put on ice. And Coach Jackson is right there trying to say, hey, stay off the field, no celebration yet, but the fish may be in the cooler, and it's on ice.
I think Silv, he wanted to give a hand pump before he got into the end zone. Let's check it out right here at the end. Again, the dive, it almost looked like maybe he was trying to avoid him right there, but, man, he saw nothing but green grass, and he gets into the end zone, and I think this pretty much seals the deal for KSU because Tuskegee cannot stop their offensive running game. Even if Tuskegee goes down and scores a touchdown to get 2 points, he still come back with an onside kick, and the way they running the ball with Silv and everybody else, I think that was the nail in the coffin, as they would say. As the old Don Meredith would say, turn off the lights.
There it is.
The party's over.
And let's see what the official call is.
Timeout. Kentucky State. This is their second charge timeout at half.
And Coach Jackson wasn't happy with the time that they started the play clock, and you can see the assistant coach trying to calm him down. You're like, Coach, hey, you got 40 points. The other team has 28, and there's 2:41 left to play.
What we said earlier, sorry, Mr. Jackson, we are for real.
We will work on your singing.
I know,
right? A couple more games.
But hey, it was entertaining.
See, that's the thing. All of you guys from Georgia think since the entertainment world is centered around Atlanta and the general vicinity, you think y'all cornered the market on singing.
Outcast.
Oh, my goodness.
Outcast.
Oh, my goodness. And you see Coach Jackson right there. I'm just trying to say, I know a lot of good things are happening in the Atlanta area, but you're singing, I'm not sure.
Hey, at least I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Oh, you're not scared?
Hey, I'm like Frank Walker. Frank said, hey, you know what? You come visit my island, you going to get it. So, hey, you going to hear my voice, you're going to get my singing.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. It looks like the Thoroughbreds are going to try to put this game on ice for real and go for 2. Jerry to throw. And catch made by McCoy. 2-point is good. He hands it over to the official, and the celebration begins as now they're up 42-28. And even look at Jerry, the quarterback. He's like, man, I can't be touched. I just threw it.
Yeah, he don't get too many opportunities to throw the ball. What did you say? They only thrown the ball up to this point 14 times?
14 completions coming into today's game in conference play. And Brett Silv, this is what he's known for. Not a fast guy, but he has strong legs, and he runs that dive to a T. And he's like a little pinball. It's hard to bring him down.
Yeah, pinball. We saw number 1 just bounce off of him for Tuskegee.
And this is how you put a game on ice, stretch it out, and put that wind in the cooler.
The fat lady, as they would say, is singing.
And the 2-pointer by Jonathan Jerry. Oh, yeah, you got to shake the hand of your line. And he finds McCoy in the back of the end zone. He keeps both feet in. And he just wants to make sure, hey, referee, did I do it? Yep, thank you. Here's the ball. And for Jonathan Jerry, another victory, as this team is going to try to get some help to see if they can win the SIAC Western Division and get their second trip in school history to the SIAC championship game. Still a 4-team race with Kentucky State, Miles, Lane, and Tuskegee. 2:40 left. And now Hodges, he keeps his feet, loses ground, and now the ball is inside the 10. Good coverage there by Kentucky State. Good open field tackle there by Theron Foreman, the sophomore linebacker. And now with 2:31 left, it'll be up to Lewis Williams to see if they can wiggle out of this one and try to make this game a little bit more respectable as they're down 42-28.
But if you're Tuskegee, all you can do is drop back and just throw it long and come up with the big play. But at the same time, if you're Kentucky State, you tell your DBs at this point, get back and don't get beat deep. So I'm expecting to see Kentucky State drop back into a deep coverage, and I'm expecting to see Tuskegee throw it or run it.
Inside run by Jacavian Goodlow, his first carry of the afternoon.
You know, I would expect to see Tuskegee throw the ball, at this point. It's just me. I'm always trying to win. I'm like, I'm going to throw the ball. When you run the ball, you're kind of behind. I don't know. Are you saying that the game is over? We're just going to just run the rest of the clock out and just go on home? But I'm like, man, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball.
Long pass, reception made by Pritchett. Enough for the first down. They'll move the chains. Less than 2 minutes to play.
And also what you're going to see almost every pass. Tuskegee has one timeout left. You're not going to really see any of their passes go to the middle of the field, because if they get tackled, the clock is going to continue to run. And now, depending on how long that pass is, you got to get everybody to hustle up, and then the quarterback got to spike the ball. But here, you see all the routes going to the sideline. If the receiver catches it, he can go out of bounds. If he misses it, then the clock stops on the incomplete pass.
Pritchett going in motion to the far side of the field. Williams with plenty of time. He's going to try to throw it long, but now he keeps it and runs out of bounds. 140 and counting. And looks like he may have gained about 5 on that carry. Ball out to the 41-yard line. Second down and 6. Williams going to throw. Catch made by Hodges into thoroughbred territory. That'll move the chains. Clock will start after they move those chains. They got to play a real 2-minute offense.
And I'm going to tell you why Coach Jackson went for that 2 points. Because as you can see, the scenario sets itself up. If Tuskegee scores here on a touchdown, incomplete there. But if they score on a touchdown here, it becomes 35-42. Then you know what's going to come next, the onside kick. Mm-hmm. So if they get the onside kick and go down and score again, now it's 42-42. So when you see these coaches go for these 2-point conversions, they have already thought up these scenarios. And that is a real scenario that could happen. A big play here by Tuskegee, get into the end zone, could leave them with maybe 30-some seconds left in the game. And you know the onside kick is going to come.
Second down and 10.
Ball at the 44 of Kentucky State. Getting pressure off the backside. Williams gets it away. Reception is made. Good catch there by Pritchett. Enough to move the chains.
You know, Coach Slater, he sits there, you know, he doesn't really wear a headset. You know, he has all the plays in that wonderful mind of his.
Ball down at the 34-yard line, 32-yard line. Time is not on the side of the Golden Tigers.
But they are moving the ball down the field. That's what you want to see.
Got plenty of time, now getting some pressure, throws, and that should be pass interference, and there is the flag. Jonathan Montrell was the intended receiver, and the assailant on that pass interference was number 8, Artest Banks.
Yeah, Mr. Banks. He bet it wrong on that particular play there. He just panicked a little bit. Panic.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 8. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Now, see, the great thing about this particular pass interference, and that's why I think they should take this type of action to the pros. Tuskegee doesn't get the ball at the point of the foul, but they do get a 15-yard penalty. Okay, there are 5-yard penalties, 15-yard penalties. This is a 15-yard penalty. So, yes, it does move the ball up, but they do not get the ball at the spot of the foul. And that's what I do not like about the pro game. I'm like, sometimes, man, I'm like teams that throw the ball up hoping that they get a pass interference because they know they're going to get the ball at the point of the foul. So I think they should take the college pass interference and move it to the pros and play it like that.
So are you saying you were a victim of that penalty?
No, I'm just saying, just from a fan standpoint, right. I'm pretty sure a lot of people look at it and say, man, come on. And you see it almost every Sunday or Saturday or Monday or Thursday. There's some play where they throw it up and you're like, come on, man. It was that particular play, the point of the foul, where they get the ball that they help the team to win.
Williams with time. Throws underneath. Finds Couch, and Couch is into the end zone. Touchdown, Tuskegee. And they get a little bit closer. They put 6 on the board, and the students underneath in the shed on a cloudy, dreary day still there to root their team on. 42-34 now is your score.
And here's that scenario. Like I said, it's popping up. Tuskegee, instead of having 30 seconds left on the clock, they got about 50-something seconds left on the clock. But either way, they drove down with the help of a penalty, and they scored a touchdown. Now it's 35. The question is, will Coach go for 2 points here? Because if he does, then it makes it a little bit easier when they come back. Well, it looks like he's going to go for 1. He's going to try to tie this thing. Will he go for the tie, or will he go for the 2 points?
Delay game. Offense. Number 36. 5-yard penalty. Retry.
First touchdown reception for Jamal Couch. Congratulations to that young man.
Man, this is boiling down. This is, woo, man, I'm like a fan. This is what keeps you glued to the television here, because that scenario, again, you know the onside kick is coming. If they get the ball back and they score, it's almost like you want Tuskegee to score, just so you can see if he's going to tie or try to go for the win. Coach Slater.
Point after attempt is up, and it is good. 53 seconds left in regulation. 42-35. A shootout here at Tuskegee at the Shed at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium.
Now, the onside kick, I'm like, if I'm that guy, you know, they got an onside kick team, and then they got the onside team. If I'm the onside receiving team, I'm like, I'm shaking. I'm like, man, you like, don't let that ball come to me. Don't let it come to me. But it's pressure. That ball is going to come to somebody. And you just hope that they hold on to it. It doesn't hit your shoulder pass and ricochet. And I'm pretty sure Williams, he said, man, come on, get the ball. So, plus the ball got to go 10 yards. So there's a lot of things that got to happen for the the onside kick team to get that ball. And typically, as I'm pretty sure they're going over it right now, the assignments. They're going to line up in a special onside kick formation, and everybody has someone that they are assigned to, and there's a couple of guys they have behind that blocking line that the ball, they are the only ones that are supposed to catch that ball. So it's going to be interesting to see how KSU defends this onside kick.
Onside kick, do you think one of the underrated plays when it comes to assignment football?
Now Tuskegee may kick it deep. Now, I don't think they're going to kick it deep because I'm like, if you kick it deep, I'm like, you're not going to stop their offense. You have shown that you cannot stop the run. So I would onside kick, and they do.
And
that wasn't a good kick there.
Whistle was blown, and timeout was. Looks like a timeout may have been called by Kentucky State. Let's see what the official call is.
Timeout, Kentucky State.
Wow.
This is their third and final timeout of the half.
And the kicker for Tuskegee, says hello. He slips and falls.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Now, this is why if we could get a tighter shot on when that ball is kicked by that kicker. Typically, what the kicker does, he kicks the ball and it hits the ground first and then bounces up in the air. Right there, the kicker actually kicks the ball up in the air. Right, it did hit the ground. It hit the ground, which gave it that bounce. I thought he got up under the ball where it did not touch the ground. But right here, you see it kicks the ground and then it goes up in the air. So that makes it even tougher, but a live ball. But actually, I don't like the fact that KSU called that timeout because it's almost like you go back kicking a field goal. And the kicker made the kick. But then you called a timeout, they line back up again, and this time he misses the kick. So it's going to be interesting to see when Tuskegee come back to kick it again, what's going to happen. Tuskegee may get it this time.
Orange Huskett, the kicker. Keeps his feet. Oh, this is a sky kick.
I don't get that.
And a good kneel there by Devin McCoy, who gets the kick. And McCoy is smiling as he goes to the sideline.
I don't know that one there, James. I'm like, why would you kick it like that? What's your opportunities to? I don't understand the thought behind kicking the ball like that. You gotta kick it down the line and force your end guys to hustle and get it within 10 yards. I just think that was a bad decision on Tuskegee's special team coach or the special team period to kick the ball like that. I think they don't give themselves a chance to recover the ball by kicking it like that.
Victory formation, Jared will kneel it. And clock is still running. And I know you didn't like that kick, but obviously Coach
timeout. Tuskegee
felt that he could find
the
hole.
Third and final timeout of the half.
And Tuskegee calls their final timeout.
Jane, that's just like you going back saying in the Super Bowl when the Patriots played the Seahawks. I know you don't like the fact that Pete Carroll was going to throw the ball. Come on, James. That's not how it is, man. The point is, you run the ball when you are in position to run the ball. Right? Kick the ball when you're supposed to kick the ball.
So you're saying I'm wrong.
You're dead wrong. You're dead wrong, James. I'm glad you're not my coach, man. Because I'm like, you got to do what you're supposed to do. Right? You don't. If you're 1 yard away, going back to that Super Bowl, everybody remember that Super Bowl. If you're 1 yard away, you give it to Marshawn Lynch. The guy has not been stopped on that drive, but you decide to do something different. And again, when you're in a situation just like Tuskegee was here, you do not kick the ball like they did. You do the basic original onside kick, and you kick it, and you allow them guys to get that ball within 10 yards. That's how you play the game. That's how the good teams win. They don't gamble and say, okay, let's trick ourselves. And that's basically what Tuskegee did. They outthought themselves and gave the ball back to KSU. Now got KSU in the victory position.
Victory formation. Jared will kneel it again.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do what the percentages call for you to do, James. You just can't outthink yourself. But both teams played pretty good. But KSU, that ground game they got, man, Siv, man, he is doing his thing. And they do just enough throwing the ball to keep you off balance. But as far as Coach Slater, I'm pretty sure, man, if they had made those adjustments in the first period, the first half, like they made in the second half, could we be looking at a different game here?
And the victory formation as we see Coach Jackson, and we will see Coach Slater go to the center of the field and shake hands. Right now, Miles College is still in the driver's seat, but Kentucky State right now is standing on the side saying, if you slip up, we're right there and we have a chance to make it to the championship game. Great job by the Thoroughbreds who put their option game on display, and they ran it to a T.
They ran it to a T.
So, Tyrone, we saw an offense that we knew would be hard to stop, and it came up, and it really was hard to stop.
Yeah, it's hard to stop when your players don't do what they're coached in practice. And we both alluded to the fact that Coach Slater, coming from North Alabama, he knows this offense. When we talked to him leading up to this game, he told us he appreciates this offense, the way it's run by Coach Jackson, because he knows about it. So I know that Coach Slater taught these defensive guys how to defend that particular triple option, and yet they did not do it. So again, that's why they say you play the game.
Now, when you saw those defensive backs, is it incumbent upon them? They were trying to change it in the third quarter, but the first, second, and fourth quarter, it seems as though they were unable to stop the running backs around the end.
You ever heard that term? They say you got to start hot. And that's what you got to do. You can't wait until you go to the halftime and then say, okay, hey, let's go out here and let's really do what we've been coached. No, you got to start fast, start hot. It's just like in boxing. You got to come out and you got to establish the terms of the fight. And when they came out in the first half, KSU said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run the option. And Tuskegee said, okay, we're going to wait until the second half to establish that we can stop it. And a little too late.
Make sure you stay tuned right here to ESPN to watch SIAC football. Right now, Kentucky State came out and sent a message to the rest of the SIAC. They can go to a hostile environment like the Shed at Tuskegee University and outrun the competition as they were able to win 42-35. For Tyrone Poole, I'm James Verrett, and for all of us here at ESPN, thank you for joining us this afternoon from Tuskegee, Alabama, as the Thoroughbreds march in and they put it on ice, 42-35. Thanks for watching.